The beginning of a new season has the defending AFL champs picking up right where they left off in 05.
Harrell! Touchdown! Touchdown, Colorado!
Possessing the #1 offense in the league, the high-powered Crush attack has buried opponents in an avalanche of points, making a loud and clear statement to the rest of the league. Today, the Crush return home with the hopes of starting a season 3-0 for the first time in team history. It's the Colorado Crush, it's the AFL, and it's next on FSN.
Outside Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, Colorado. Colorado Crush fans are fired up as the Crush remain just one of 4 unbeaten teams in the entire AFL. And this afternoon, they welcome the Las Vegas Gladiators, fresh up a win over San Jose, to the Pepsi Center. And Las Vegas, the first team Colorado ever beat on their home turf here in the Pepsi Center. And today they look to move to 3-0. And Colorado firing on all cylinders. Welcome everybody to Pepsi Center. Dave Benz along with you at 2-0. 2 of those wins against teams that they defeated in their playoff push last year towards an Arena Bowl championship. Time to bring in my broadcast partner, Howard Griffith. And Howard, what can you say about Colorado? This is a team that has looked every bit as good in 2006 as they did in 2005.
They've been very impressive in their open, but now they have an opportunity to do something very special, go out and win first 3 games of the season. That's something that they haven't done in franchise history.
Last week they won the Arena Bowl 19 rematch. They did it with a high-powered offense, and that offense features a lot of weapons. The guy who's in charge, though, of making sure it runs smoothly is quarterback John Dutton.
Well, with John Dutton, he has the ability to get it done on and off the football field. He's a tremendous leader on the football field, being able to put the ball wherever it needs to be for Damian Harrell to grab it.
He's thrown 14 touchdown passes on the season. 9 of those have gone to Damian Harrell, the offensive specialist, but he won't be the only special offensive specialist on the field today, as Marcus Nash is pretty darn good too, and you know Damian's going to be fired up to put up some numbers.
Well, Damian definitely wants to get involved in this game and wants to look out and go out and try to beat in the one-on-one matchup type of situation, but he has the ability to go get the ball deep down the football field. Nobody can actually guard him. He has the best hands probably in arena football right now. He has the ability to adjust to any ball thrown to him.
He was the 2005 Offensive Player of the Year. The 2004 Offensive Player of the Year was that man, Marcus Nash, and Broncos fans may recognize him because, Howard, he was a 1998 first-round selection by Denver and a teammate of yours.
Former teammate of mine. This guy has a lot of talent. He's really displayed it now that he's playing in the AFL. He's been able to go out and make plays, runs after the catch. His tough yardage is not as flashy as Harrell, but still gets it done. And the last time these 2 guys met up, Nash won that battle. He had 9 catches to 126 yards.
He'll certainly hear it from the fans today, but he says he won't let that bother him as Las Vegas looks to upset the Colorado Crush. John Dutton and the Crush looking to move to 3-0 for the first time in franchise history. And we've got the opening kickoff coming your way from Pepsi Center in mere moments right here on FSN.
Hi, I'm Chris Klug. Most people are used to seeing me like this. But just 4 years ago, I was waiting for a liver transplant. Yeah, me. Someone chose to be a donor and gave me a second chance at life. Now you can help give others a second chance too. Just check off the line on your state tax form and give to the Organ and Tissue Donation Awareness Fund. You're not just giving money, you're supporting the gift of life.
Check off line 41 and support the Donation Awareness Fund.
Later.
Hi. Could I have a medium latte, please?
Sure.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Where's my latte?
Get everything faster. Sign up for Comcast high-speed internet for just $29.99 a month for 3 months. At ridiculously quick speeds, it's way faster than DSL and dial-up. Sign up today and start doing more things online faster. Just call 1-800-COMCAST. Comcast high-speed internet. It's Comcastic.
Starts out cold, ends up refreshing. Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL.
What keeps you coming out here?
Well, I still love the freedom. I can do what I want, whenever I please. Everything I need I got right here.
Yep.
Plus, at my age, I don't need some cruise director telling me what time the Tai Chi lessons start.
Sure don't.
Fun Jet Vacations all-inclusive packages give you more, all at one great price.
Let's go check out that seafood restaurant.
Welcome back to Pepsi Center, everybody. Dave Benz alongside Howard Griffith, and there is a look at Alonzo Spellman. That's right, Alonzo Spellman, 9 seasons in the NFL. A lot of folks remember him for his off-the-field antics while he was with the Chicago Bears. Once arrested, twice in one day, Howard. But he's back, revitalized his career here with the Las Vegas Gladiators, and should be interesting to see today how he performs trying to chase down John Dutton. Speaking of John Dutton, he is standing by with the third member of our broadcast crew, Keith Flyer, on the sidelines. Keith.
Yes, a unique aspect to covering the Arena Football League. John Dutton, the quarterback, moments before kickoff, standing at midfield. Your team's never been 3-0. The Crush have never gotten there. Does that mean something to you if you can get there?
You know, it doesn't mean anything about the last couple years. It means this year, and that's what our goal is, to be perfect, and this is the next bump in the road, so we got to go 3-0.
With the NFL done for the year, looks like you got a great crowd here tonight. How important are the fans?
You know, we love playing here. We play very good here, and they always play a factor, so it's nice to see them out here.
All right, thank you. John Dutton, the starting quarterback for the Crush. It'd probably be a good idea for me to get off the field, guys.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get trampled, Keith. Good work down there on the, well, I can't even say sidelines. He's at center.
In the middle of the field.
Yeah. There's a look at Ron James. Second season with Las Vegas, 9-9 overall, 8-8 last season. Missed out on the playoffs. In fact, both of his the first 2 years prior to that, Las Vegas was 8-8. So 3 straight 8-8 seasons. Mike Daly, head coach of the Crush, 15-6. He's 16-3 all-time here at Pepsi Center. Of course, his first win as coach of the Crush came here at the Pepsi Center against Las Vegas when Colorado came back to score 2 touchdowns in the final 12 seconds of the game to get the victory, Howard.
Well, it was an opportunity for them to come out and play well and really bounce back and go against a little adversity, and they had to come back and pull out a win, so it was pretty good for them.
Colorado will receive the football first, and Las Vegas set to kick it off, and we'll be underway from Pepsi Center. And there's the kick, and there you see Willis Marshall ready to receive off the net, gets it clean, and we are underway here at Pepsi Center. Finds a seam. He's out past the 25 to the 20 and brought down about the 17-yard line, and actually the ball on the ground. Howard, Las Vegas has recovered the fumble.
They did. You saw Alonzo Spellman. Now he's running down on kickoffs, come up with a big hit. He was blocked, but he continued to work his way back to the football, come up with a big hit there and forced a fumble.
And actually, Eric Cool, the kicker, recovered the football. So Las Vegas with a key turnover very early, and Colorado behind the 8 ball, and looks like it was, like you said, Howard, just a good pop.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you get a good opportunity to try to win and create some field position on special teams, and they were able to do that and had some trouble last week. But they have to be able to secure that football. Alonzo Spellman came up with a big hit there, showing that he still has the ability to play this game.
Yeah, that Ron James before the contest said, there's no question Alonzo Spellman can still play this game. So Fred Wheelahan will take over at quarterback for Vegas. His first passing attempt. Appeared maybe some miscommunication there. It is incomplete. The Wheelahan's numbers on the season have been fairly impressive, taking over for Clint Dolzell. There you see 36 of 65, 10 touchdowns. He had that 300-yard game in the losing effort against Austin in week 1.
Oh, he's doing a good job. You saw some interceptions there, but he just needs to continue to throw the ball well, and looking for Marcus Nash to get it down the field to him as well.
Whelan had plenty of experience as he led Orlando to the playoffs back in 2001. His second passing attempt of the game is caught, and that is their offensive specialist, Marcus Nash, coming up with it. Let's take a look at the lineup. Delvin Hughley on the tackle there. Here are the starting lineup for the Vegas offense. Of course, Chucky Nworki is somebody that the Denver Bronco fans are familiar with. He was in camp with them prior to last year. And Marcus Nash, we talked about him, the offensive specialist. Coco Blaylock also in there, along with Douglas and Jackson, rounding things out for Las Vegas. Wheelahan has filled in admirably since Clint Dolzell's departure as a free agent from a season ago. Takes the handoff there, and some positive momentum, and it appears a first down picked up by Las Vegas. Check out the defense for Colorado, and Dustin Barno in on the tackle there. And there you see his pretty picture along with Hunter and Patu on the defensive line, and the defensive backfield, Hughley, Floyd, Hawkins, Dunn, and Marshall for the Colorado Crush. So Las Vegas looking to take advantage of the early turnover by Colorado, and Wheelahan will walk up again under center. Marcus Nash, usually the man in motion for Colorado, this time sets up on the line. And you see Joe Douglas go in motion, and Wheelahan looks for the receiver on the sideline, and there he has number 3, Coco Blaylock with the reception. Rashad Floyd in on the tackle.
Coco Blaylock had an enjoyable offseason, had an opportunity to be in a movie. He's in the remake of The Longest Yard. He was a stunt double for Nelly, the rap star. And he says he wants to be a movie star.
Yeah, not too shabby for him. Second down and 1 upcoming here for Las Vegas. And Colorado would like dearly to at least hold Las Vegas to a field goal here after that early turnover. This arena football all about possessions, and you don't want to give the other team more than you have to. And there's a quick pitch and a little running play, sweep to the right-hand side. And Marlon Jackson with the carry, the fullback, having a pretty decent year. 8 rushes, 95 yards coming into the contest. And I'm told he runs a 4.340, actually the fastest guy on Vegas's roster.
Well, that's pretty fast. He used to be the fastest guy on a lot of people's roster, being able to run that type of 40 speed at 4.3. But it's an opportunity. You don't see a lot of running plays in this league, but when you do, they have to be effective, and they were able to pick up a first down there.
And having an effective running game can be huge when you get down into the goal line area and you've got less room to work with. Here's Whelan looking to throw for Nash, and it's out of bounds. Nash appeared to be looking for a flag on the play, but the officials say uncatchable pass.
Well, one of the interesting things about this is when Vegas plays in Vegas, they're playing in a situation where the end zones are rounded off. So the end zones here are much bigger. So that fade route that you saw Nash running there, he now actually has more room to operate in the back of the end zone. So it will be interesting to see how that works for Las Vegas in this game.
Yeah, we talked to Nash about that part of the game. I also spoke to John Dutton about it during the week, and he said, you know, for Vegas, it's an easier adjustment to have more room to work with when Colorado goes to play at Vegas, and we've got some movement on the line, and that's going to draw some flags here. And false start on the offense, so back up the Las Vegas Gladiators on second down. But Dutton said, you know, when they go to Vegas, like playing in the Arena Bowl last year, that's a big adjustment when you're taking room away from an offense.
It's a huge adjustment. You think about the receivers, especially Harold, who catches a lot of passes in the back of the end zone, likes to use the entire end zone to work in. It's tough for them. It's just a much smaller area, but here they have a lot more room to work with, and we'll see what they're able to do with it.
Wilkie Bazil, the guilty party on the infraction there. So 2nd and 14 upcoming here for Las Vegas, and Wheelahan looking for Nash, and the pass defended beautifully by Rashad Floyd, but there was a flag on the play, and I believe they're going to call Floyd for holding Nash up on that play, Howard.
Well, Floyd did a good job, but he's just got to continue to move his feet. Nash is running full speed at him, and he's just running a little post route. He tries to undercut it, but he's still playing in good position, but you can't hamper the receiver and trying to get to where he needs to go.
Certainly impeded his progress, and that is going to bring up first down and goal to go as they'll put the ball on the 1-yard line for the Las Vegas Gladiators.
Which is going to be interesting for him. You actually kind of want to get down closer to the goal line. From a defensive standpoint, obviously you shorten the field, and there are only so many routes that the team can run against them.
Actually, check that, Howard. Had it been pass interference in the end zone, instead it was a holding penalty, so they're only going to move the ball 5 yards. It'll go to the 9-yard line now. First and goal to go for Las Vegas from the Crush 9-yard line. Wheelahan airs it out to the left side, and it's caught there by tackle there. Tackle made on the play as Marcus Nash comes up with the catch, and Delvin Hughley with the tackle.
Really, when you're playing defense here, you want to keep things in front of you. That's going to give you an opportunity not to give up the big play, and they do a good job coming up and wrapping up and making the tackle there. You're seeing the big gang tackle of the Crush defenders really coming to the ball, breaking to the ball when they need to.
There's a look at Marcus Nash. You know Vegas would love to take advantage and get a touchdown. Second down from the 6. Goal to go for Vegas. Douglas in motion. Wheelahan Goes to the right side. Catch made there by Coco Blaylock. He's brought down by a couple of Crush defenders, including Rashad Floyd in on the tackle.
Well, just trying, once again, just trying to keep everything in front of you. That's what you're trying to do. And then also one of the things that Vegas is doing is just taking exactly what the defense is giving you. If they're going to give you that short pass, you just want to take the little two-step drop, get rid of the ball, protect yourself. The quarterback makes a nice throw and catch there. So we'll see his third down, see what kind of play they have in store for us now. Maybe a fade route of some sort.
Or I wouldn't be surprised to see them give it to the fullback, Marlon Jackson, who's lined up behind Wheelahan. Douglas in motion, and instead it's a keeper for Wheelahan, and he's met with some force by the defense at the 1-yard line, but great second effort, gets him across the goal line, and they whistled a touchdown. And not very happy was Willis Marshall on the play, who thought the whistle should have been blown dead.
Talking with Coach Daly earlier in the week, he said that one of the things they like to do here is run the quarterback sneak, and one of the things that Wheelahan likes to do is stick the ball out. So, but he's protecting it here, and obviously his offensive linemen are kind of pushing him into the end zone, so they come up with a touchdown there.
Extra point try coming from Eric Houle. Houle at 10 of 13 on the season from extra point tries. And it's blocked. That's a live ball, and it's recovered by the Crush. Delvin Hughley is going to take it the distance for 2 points.
Nice job coming up with a special team play, really able to penetrate the defensive line, the offensive line there, and then get your hands up.
Wait a minute, they're blowing it dead here. Not sure what the call here is.
When the ball kicked, hits the side wall, the ball becomes dead immediately.
The crowd does not like that ruling by the official. And 2 points taken away from the Colorado Crush. It's 6-0 here at Pepsi Center. The Crush will go to work on offense after this timeout.
It's Deal and Doug time at Kids Auto.
The time of the year that's hard on your credit. At Kids Auto, we can help you out. Everyone needs a dependable, affordable vehicle. Start or rebuild your credit. All you need is a job, $199 cash or trade plus tax. A 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty is available. Plus, we service what we sell in our service center. Drive the car that's right for you and reestablish your credit only at Kids Auto.
We got the car for you. Kids Auto.
In March of 2004, our 4-year-old daughter, Amanda, died suddenly from the flu.
She was a happy, healthy little girl. And less than 48 hours after we first started seeing symptoms, she was gone.
Children have the highest rates of influenza infection of any age group, yet they are rarely vaccinated. All it takes is a quick visit to your doctor or local clinic. It could save your kids' lives.
We learned first.
Hurt and missed all that work. I didn't know how we were going to get by. Luckily, Aflac was there to pitch in. Aflac gave us the cash we needed to help pay for some of the stuff that health insurance doesn't.
Hey, T.
Like groceries, car maintenance, even gasoline. When things happen, it's nice to know Aflac's there for you.
The female duck swims near.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Welcome back to Pepsi Center. Let's take another look at what transpired on that blocked extra point. Nice push up the middle for Hugh Hunter, who gets his hands on the ball, and then Delvin Hughley takes it the rest of the distance. But Howard, the wall is pretty much live for 90% of the situations in the Arena League. But on kicks, if it goes into the wall, the ball's dead.
Well, it's a tough situation, though, but it's still a good effort by the Crush to come up with that, because we've seen in previous games the extra points are so important. It really is going to affect some of the coaching decisions that they make throughout the rest of the game.
Well, Willis Marshall is back again to take the kickoff for the Colorado Crush. Of course, he fumbled on the opening kickoff of the game after getting it down inside of the 20-yard line. Alonzo Spellman making his presence felt as he forced a fumble, and the ball was recovered by the Vegas kicker, Eric Houle. So Colorado will look to get on the scoreboard here. Kick is away. Marshall fields it cleanly off the nets, does get out of the end zone, and finds another lane. Willis Marshall out across the 15, brought down, knocked into the wall about the 17-yard line. So the Colorado offense will go to work First and 10. They're going to spot it actually right at the 20-yard line. First and 10 for the Crush offense, and John Dutton, who already has one AFL Offensive Player of the Week award to his credit. That came back in week 1. 14 touchdowns on the season, and Howard, we talked about him at the top. Really the guy that makes everything go for Colorado.
Absolutely. Makes great decisions when he's back there in the pocket, understands the game, understands what the defenses are trying to do with him, and he's doing a great job this year.
Opening snap for the Crush offense, and Damian Harrell, the man in motion, and instead Dutton looks to the left side, dumps it off. But check that was not Harrell in motion. Harrell lined up on the left side. That's one thing about Colorado. Most times Harrell is the guy in motion, but it's not all the time. Here's a look at their offense. Johnson, Kyle Moore Brown, who, by the way, is making his 178th consecutive start today, anchoring that line. There you see Harrell, Dutton, McCollum, Marshall, and P.E.Au. Is in there as well for Colorado, anchoring the offensive line. Dutton under center. And again, it's Harrell not in motion, but the motion man is Willis Marshall, and he makes the grab down at the 12-yard line, and it's a first down for Colorado. Damian Porter in there on the tackle. Take a look at the Crush, at the defense the Crush are facing today for Las Vegas. Wilkie Bazell, Alonzo Spellman, and Chuki Wakori out there for Las Vegas. Hill, Porter, Davis, Douglas, and Jackson, the defensive backfield for Las Vegas. Now Harrell, the man in motion, and Dutton instead looks to Marshall along the boards. Marshall juggles the ball, and they say incomplete.
One of the things that John Dutton's able to do when he just drops back and sits in the pocket, he shows a certain air of confidence that he actually knows exactly what's going on, what the defense is going to try to do, and he's able to just drop back and make throws all over the field, and that's one of the things that has really taken his game to the next level. That pass was a little off there, but I'm sure he's going to come up with some better passes in this game.
Yeah, John Dutton's been sacked just 6 times in the last 26 games. 1,239 plays coming into today with just 6 sacks for Dutton. So he could be pretty comfortable back there, comfortable enough to spot a receiver at the 1-yard line. Great catch made there by Andy McCullough, and the Crush are going to have it first and goal from the 1-yard line. Damian Porter in on the tackle.
Doing a good job just running a crossing route. Dutton just dropping back in the pocket, looking all the way, knows where the receiver's going to be, puts it on the money so he can throw it, so he can make the catch, gets it down to the 1-inch line. So it'll be interesting here. Let's see what they come up with.
And we've already seen passes to every Crush receiver except Damian Harrell in this contest, Howard.
I'm sure that won't be for long.
Goal line situation, Dutton, the handoff, and it's going to be a rushing touchdown for Colorado. Yahoo gets in there for the score, and it's Colorado back on the scoreboard now, knotted at 6 apiece, and they can take the lead on the Clay Rush extra point.
Well, so often in this game is high flying, a lot of excitement. The ball is really being thrown through the air, but how many times do you see a game like this when the opening 2 scores by both teams is actually a running play?
Well, not too often. I have a feeling that'll change before this game is up. The Clay Rush on for the extra point. 16 of 18 so far on the season on extra point tries. Those 2 misses came at Georgia last week. That one splits the uprights, however, and Colorado has the lead for the first time today here at Pepsi Center. 7-6, 4:06 still remaining in the first quarter. Here's another look at the Crush getting on the board.
Hey, what's up?
EA Sports, Arena Football, rated E10 for ages 10 and up. EA Sports, it's in the game.
In competition, injuries happen. It's part of the game. And to get back your level of performance takes a lot of hard work, discipline, and the best health care. Health South is the nation's leading provider of outpatient diagnostic, surgery, and rehabilitation services. So we can help you get back fast to the action, the competition, and the glory. We know your body. We understand your spirit. We get you back.
Hey! So, what have you been up to?
Nothing. So what have you guys been up to?
Nothing.
Welcome back to Pepsi Center. John Pea'aua with the touchdown to put Colorado on top here, 7-6. And 5-play, 30-yard drive, took 3:01 off the clock. And for Pea'aua, his first touchdown of the 2006 campaign. Just his 5th carry. 5 carries now, 5 yards. He's been pretty consistent.
I like it. I like it. Just able to go in there and get the ball into the end zone. That's all you want to do. It's good to see the big guys get an opportunity. Those fullbacks, we don't get a lot of credit. We're down on the goal line, we get an opportunity to score a touchdown.
And we alluded to it a little bit. A rushing game really not a big factor in arena football except in those goal line situations, because when you're on the 1-yard line, you don't have a lot of room for the offense to operate.
There is definitely not a lot of room out there. So you just have to try to figure out what you're doing.
Kick away for Clay Rush. It bounces off a couple of things and is fielded by Coco Blaylock. Blaylock gets out to the 10-yard line. Rashad Floyd in on the tackle, and Las Vegas will go to work there. 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line. Interesting rule change this year, Howard. Clay Rush last year, 60% of his kicks were touchbacks. He would launch them up over the nets, and then the ball would be placed at the 5-yard line. They changed the rule in the offseason because they said, hey, that's too boring. Now if you kick it up over the nets, it goes into the stands. The offense will get to take over at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, well, it's a good opportunity. It just puts a lot of emphasis, especially on keeping the ball in play.
So Craig Wheelahan and the Gladiator offense will go to work. And Marcus Nash, the man in motion. Instead, the pass goes out to T.J. Hill. 5-yard gain, and he's dropped at the 15. Yet another tackle for Rashad Floyd. And we mentioned the new rules, Howard. Let's take a look at some of the new rules the AFL has adopted here in 2006. Walls are now the boundaries of the field. You can't step out of bounds. You can, if you're trying to give up on a play, go into the wall. And if the referee recognizes that's what you're going to do, they'll blow the whistle and blow the play dead. Also, you can't kick it up over the nets. And the walls are pretty much live on everything except kicks, as we've already seen in this game. Wheelahan over the middle. He finds Marcus Nash, and that's going to be good for a 1st down. Ahmad Hawkins in on the tackle.
Wheelahan showing the ability to throw a nice touch basket, getting up and over the defender. So often in this league, people are just, everybody thinks they could be a quarterback in this league, but you see the nice job of just putting it up, laying it up a lot like you would try to throw an alley-oop in basketball. A lot of people think they can do it, but when they go out and try to get it done, it doesn't work for them. And that's why these quarterbacks especially play in this league.
Yeah, really, and we talked to Mike Daly, head coach of the Crush, what makes a good quarterback. He said it's got to be somebody that can kind of throw the ball up and have the nose come down right away, and that's going to be a touchdown for Las Vegas as people fell asleep on T.J. Hill. He's wide open and struts into the end zone, and Las Vegas reclaims the lead here on a 26-yard scoring strike.
Well, I think one of the things you see, especially in this situation, Marcus Nash getting a lot of the attention, runs a little hitch route, and the defense obviously attacks him and wants to get after him, and it allows someone else to be open. It just does a good job. The quarterback does a good job of really just sitting back and understanding what the defense is trying to do to him, and makes a nice throw.
Eric Kuhl will try his 2nd extra point attempt of the game. The first one was blocked. And Kuhl's 2nd kick is good. So it is a 13-7 Las Vegas lead. The Gladiators make it 2 for 2 on their possessions here today. 1 on the ground, 1 through the air.
Arena football. It beats in the heart of every champion. A magic that makes a dreamer a hero. A common man, a leader. A mortal man, a legend. The courage, character, passion, and perseverance that makes a champion. That's Arena football.
Toyota's Winter Window of Opportunity is going on now at your Toyota dealer. All Toyota cars, like the 06 Camry, America's #1 selling car, the 06 Corolla, and 06 Avalon, have an EPA highway rating of over 30 miles per gallon. Now get a great lease of just $169 a month on the 06 Corolla. The time is now. So don't miss out on Toyota's Winter Window of Opportunity. Toyota, moving forward.
Morning, Ken. How are you?
Good. You?
Good. Work?
Good. Kids?
Good. McDonald's breakfast. How is it?
Unbelievable. You know, I usually don't do breakfast. I'm not a morning person per se, but this morning I just kind of... It's good.
Good.
Good mornings start with McDonald's breakfast, especially with a McGriddle sandwich. Bacon or sausage, eggs and cheese, all between 2 warm griddle cakes.
How's it going?
Good. Good.
Welcome back. TJ Hill enjoying the spoils of his second touchdown of the 2006 campaign, a 26-yard strike in which he got wide open. How did he get so open, Howard?
He did. What you're going to see here is he's the motion guy, so it's really going to be affecting everything that's going on. You have Nash here at the top of the screen, and you're going to see everyone's going to collapse to him right there. And he's really just able to come in. Hill makes a nice play with the pick. Nash is running the corner route and is able to come off of it, attracting the defenders. Hill comes underneath the coverage, makes the grab, and takes it in for a touchdown. That's one of the tough things you have to do as a safety or a secondary is really pay attention to your responsibilities and your keys, because so many things can change, so many different route combinations in this league. So you really have to pay attention to your keys, and that's what this situation where they didn't get it done from a secondary standpoint.
Well, Willis Marshall set to receive his third kick of the afternoon as Eric Houle tees it up for Las Vegas. Houle, one of 7 rookies, at least AFL rookies anyway, on the roster for the Gladiators. Marshall fields it cleanly off the nets, and then finds a seam and gets out about to the 16-yard line, and they're going to spot it there as the Crush offense will take over 1st and 10. Nick Davis, the defensive specialist for the Vegas Gladiators, in there on the tackle.
Marshall's doing a good job of getting the ball up the football field, sees an opportunity, and wants to continue to move it up the football field. We've seen early in this game where he has the ability to make a big play in special teams, and that's so critical in this game, especially when you're scoring a lot of points offensively. If you can help your team out at special teams, it can only help the team.
Marshall came into the game averaging only 8.6 yards per return, but he's well over that today on his 3 returns. Dutton finds Harrell along the sideline, and he's knocked out of bounds. That's going to be a short gain of about 4.
You've got the corner that's really playing off, doesn't want to give up the big play. Then you're having a linebacker come over to try to just allow him to have the short catch. So Harrell's just taking advantage of what the team is giving him, running a little hitch route, catching it, trying to make a big play after the catch.
So 2nd down, they say mark the gain as just 2. So 2nd down and 8 coming up here for the Crush, who are looking to answer. Technically 3rd possession for Colorado. They fumbled the opening kickoff away on a big hit by Alonzo Spellman. And here's Dutton looking to pass, goes Harrell's way again, and Damian bounces off the wall, gets around a defender, and then brought down at the 12-yard line. That is a legal play. You can go into the wall as long as you initiate the contact. And Damian Harrell, a big 1st down play for Colorado.
We see why he's so special. Once again, you're going to see him do nothing but catch the little hitch route. You're going to see Dutton just drop back, take the little 2-3-step drop, throw it. You see the corner sinking. See Harrell getting the ball up. Makes a great spin move. Nobody even touches him. That's why he's still able to continue up the football field, because he initiated the contact with the wall.
The 21-yard gain brings up 1st down, and it brings about the end of the opening quarter of play here at Pepsi Center. Through 15 minutes, Las Vegas enjoying a 6-point lead on the Crush's home turf.
Arena football. It beats in the heart of every champion. A magic that makes a dreamer a hero. A legend. That's Arena football.
Sweetheart Brownie Blast. Sonic's got it, others don't. Treat your sweetheart to the sweet taste of chocolate brownies and cherries blended into a creamy frozen treat. Sonic's new Sweetheart Brownie Blast. And now swipe a credit or My Sonic card from your car. Only at Sonic.
Hi, I'm Chris Klug. Most people are used to seeing me like this. But just 4 years ago, I was waiting for a liver transplant. Yeah, me. Someone chose to be a donor and gave me a second chance at life. Now you can help give others a second chance too. Just check off the line on your state tax form and give to the Organ and Tissue Donation Awareness Fund. You're not just giving money, you're supporting the gift of life.
Check off line 41 and support the Donation Awareness Fund.
Don't miss Pioneer Women's Basketball February 16th as they take on Northern Colorado. For tickets, call 303-871-2336.
This is Raw Sports with me, Dino Costa.
You've heard his radio show. Now he's on FSN with the same bold commentary on the sporting world.
The Nuggets were lucky to win this game. Lucky.
Raw Sports with Dino Costa, Mondays at 9:30.
Put them up.
Something has to give as FSN brings you the battle for Central Division supremacy. Colorado's high-powered offense will try to crush Nashville's spirits, but the Cats' stingy defense won't back down as they claw for the win. Colorado, Nashville, Saturday at 6.
Back at Pepsi Center, everybody. Dave Benz, Howard Griffith, watching Las Vegas enjoy a 6-point lead. Let's get you down to the third member of our broadcast crew, Keith Blyer, standing by with the Crush defensive specialist.
Yes, Delvin Hughley is with us, Dave. Not often do you see a receiver that open in Arena Football League play. TJ Hill scored that last touchdown. What happened, Delvin?
We were in a zone, and he ran. I really don't know what kind of route he ran. So he kind of ran in the soft spot of the zone, and, that's what made it look like he was so wide open. And then it was just a good throw. We had a defender there. It was a good throw and catch, those type of things happen.
All right, one of the unsung heroes for the Crush. He plays defense full time. It's just not fair. We got to get Hughley in to score a touchdown. Back upstairs, guys.
Get Hughley in for a touchdown. I'll tell you what, they'd like to see Damian Harrell get a touchdown on this drive. We talked about the matchup between Harrell and Nash, Howard, at the top so far. Marcus Nash, 3 catches, 22 yards. Damian Harrell, 3 catches, 32 yards. Neither player with a touchdown, although I think that will probably change before the end of the day.
Oh, absolutely. It's a matchup to continue to watch.
Go!
Harrell's in motion.
Yeah, I was just going to say Harrell in motion, and Dutton looking for him. Harrell back to the end zone, can't get there, incomplete, and that'll bring up second down for Colorado.
So often when you have a big-time receiver like Harrell playing for you, everyone is trying to cover him. You're trying to find out where he is on the football field. We talked earlier in the broadcast about how he does such a great job of working the back of the end zone and getting himself open. He's got to continue to do that. He's got to come up with some big plays here, and Dutton's got to be able to find a way to put the ball right on the money so he can grab it.
Well, Crush again will send Harrell in motion. Go! And Dutton instead looks to number 9, Ahmad Hawkins, and Hawkins knocked out of bounds by Nick Davis. And that is going to bring up third down for the Crush with a short field to go for the touchdown.
Well, once again, he's taking what the defense is giving him. They're kind of sinking back, trying to double couple Harold when they're playing the zone defense, leaving the little short route, little 5-yard route wide open. You just have to take advantage of it, and maybe you can come up with a big play, make a move on the defender, and try to get it into the end zone.
Dutton, again under center. Pea'aua again lined up behind him. Dutton drops back to pass. He's got a man in the corner. Touchdown, Colorado. Ahmad Hawkins reels it in for his first touchdown receiving of the year.
Well, you know exactly where everyone's looking for. They're looking for Harold to be the guy to catch the ball, especially down here in this side of the football field. So he's going to give an opportunity for a lot of other people to step up and make plays, and you just saw one right there.
Colorado takes the lead, or check that, reties it for the second time. They'll look to take the lead on the Clay Rush extra point. Rush, 2-time most valuable kicker in the AFL. One of the many weapons on this team, of course, hit the game-winning field goal in Arena Bowl 19 and kicks the extra point there to put Colorado back on top by 1. 14-13 here at the Pepsi Center. Stick with us here on FSN.
Come in any year and
sales and lease ownership store, and you'll find brand new, brand name furniture, electronics, appliances, and computers. Always at the guaranteed lowest price, whether you buy or lease to own, and no credit checks. So, do the math. Nobody beats Aaron's.
Do the math.
Nobody beats Aaron's.
Thank you for calling ADT Security Services.
I just wanted you to know that security system saved me twice.
You all have given me peace of mind.
I tell everybody I see, get an ADT security system.
Like these customers and millions more, you'll feel more secure with ADT in your home. ADT can help protect your family from burglary, fire, and carbon monoxide. Call now and save up to $200 on an ADT protection package. You may even save up to 20% off your homeowner's insurance. ADT, always there.
A dual-action tailgate and an industry-first lockable in-bed trunk. The Ridgeline from Honda.
Hey, that looked like my fish.
And welcome back to Pepsi Center, everybody. There's a look at John Dutton, his 15th touchdown pass of the 2006 campaign. He's got a ways to go, though, to match Joe Germain and Aaron Garcia. Yesterday, 10 touchdown passes each, and an 84-81 New York Dragons victory over the Utah Blaze. That's some offense out.
Talking about throwing the ball around the park a little bit. Those guys had a great day, but that was a great game full of highlights.
John Dutton just getting warmed up, however. 14-13, the Crush on top by one here at Pepsi Center as they look to move to 3-0 for the first time ever in franchise history. Another first in franchise history here today, Howard. First Pepsi Center game in which John Elway, one of the owners of the Colorado Crush, is not in attendance. He's out in Hawaii participating in some Pro Bowl festivities.
Yes, he's playing a little flag football too, so saw him this morning throwing the ball around a little bit.
Here's the kickoff. Coco Blaylock back to get it for Las Vegas. It gets hung up in the nets. And I'm not sure what the ruling on that will be, but I have a hunch that the touchback rule will apply. No, check that. Instead, it will be put at the 5-yard line. 5-yard line. And so, hey, if Clay Rush could do that every time, that'd be great.
That'd be a good deal. But can you imagine the ability to watch a ball, it's kicked off, then it goes, bounces into this net. You got to try to catch it. Well, by the way, these guys are running full speed ahead, come knock your head off.
And by the way, if you don't get out of the end zone, the ball gets placed at the 2.5-yard line. So, not only do you need to catch the ball, you need to get out of the end zone.
Got to get it out of there.
Wheelahan will again line up under center. This time Marcus Nash in motion. And Wheelahan will air it out for Nash. One-on-one coverage, and Ahmad Hawkins gets beat by Joe Douglas. Douglas, the touchdown reception. 45-yard strike for Las Vegas, and just like that, the Gladiators are back on top, 19-14.
Oh, that's why I love this game. It doesn't matter where the football is and where you have it, the field position. At any given moment, a big play can happen, as we just saw there.
Douglas, big-time play as Mike Daly still trying to figure out how another guy got so open. I'll tell you what, you gotta wonder how much of an impact Marcus Nash is having on Colorado's defense today. Nash not having a big game, but they're so focused on him, everybody else is able to exploit it.
Well, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what's happening. You're seeing some other players step up and make big plays because all the defense is really focused on Nash.
PAT by Houle is good, and it's a 20-14 lead for Las Vegas. Big strike play, Wheelahan to Douglas. We're back after this on FSN.
How are they going to be able to look past this and focus on next Saturday's contest?
Official athletic retailer of the Arena Football League. Champ Sports, where sport lives.
This year, the Arena Football League is celebrating its 20th season.
And to our great fans everywhere, we've just got one thing to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome back to Pepsi Center. Hey, this month the fastest sport on earth returns to Fox for another season of incredible action as the world's best drivers go door to door in a quest to take home the checkered flag. NASCAR returns February 26th with the Auto Club 500 presented by Q Motor Oil and Fox HD. So that 45-yard touchdown by Joe Douglas, his first of the season. He was just activated off IR this week coming into the game. And what a way to get back in with a 45-yard touchdown, Howard.
Yeah, absolutely. Come up with a big play when you first get back in.
Oh, onside kick attempt by Las Vegas, bounces around, and they say the Crush cover it. A little surprise onside kick coming up there by Howard. There are times when you'll try the onside kick and strategy will dictate. I think that one, it was just, hey, let's see if we can catch him off guard.
Absolutely. So often when you're trying to get that onside kick, you're trying to get an extra possession.
And there's a flag on the play on the kick. Let's get the explanation from the official.
Offside number 2 of the kicking team. That 5-yard penalty will be administered from the spot where the kick hit the wall. First down, Colorado.
And they're going to call the penalty on Anthony Arsenio, former Utah player, rookie this year. They say that he was offside, so they apply the penalty, as you heard the official say, from the spot of the recovery by the Crush. So a short field for Colorado as they will go to work from the Las Vegas 12-yard line. And Harrell off to the right side, the man in motion. Marshall split out wide to the right. And Dutton will look for Willis Marshall, and Marshall gets it, and he's going to get into the end zone as he leaps over the defender. And John Dutton now has 16 touchdown passes on the season, 2 in the game, and Colorado has re-knotted it at 20 apiece.
Doing a great job once again, and I hate to keep being so redundant, but you're taking exactly what the defense is giving you, and your receivers are coming up with big plays after the catch, which is tremendous.
Here's another look at it. Willis Marshall, his 4th touchdown reception of the year, and really a great effort on this one to get into the end zone.
Without a doubt, and then at the end to have the ability to jump over and hurdle the guy to get it into the end zone, just showing you the determination of really just making the catch. You got to make a guy miss. He does a great job with that, and then gets into the end zone.
Play rush again for the extra point. He's been perfect on the day, and he remains perfect on the day. 3 for 3 on the extra points, and Colorado again up by a single digit, 21-20. We're back to Pepsi Center after this timeout.
Starts out cold, ends up refreshing. Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Finally affordable LASIK. The LASIK Vision Institute is now offering dramatically low prices on high-quality LASIK to make it more affordable to everyone. Our independent surgeons have helped hundreds of thousands of people see better. The latest FDA-approved technology, including the latest in custom LASIK, is what you will find at the LASIK Vision Institute. All of this at a fraction of what other providers charge. Our LASIK procedures start at just $2.99 per eye. We would like to send you a free information kit that will answer all your questions about LASIK and show you how you can finance your LASIK procedure absolutely interest-free. That's right, 0% financing. Call now to get your free information kit. There is no obligation. Call us now at
1-800-301-7079. That's 1-800-301-7079. 1-800-301-7079.
the LASIK Vision Institute. Experience, commitment, technology, and affordability.
Welcome back to Pepsi Center. Willis Marshall, 5th overall touchdown of the year. He has 1 rushing, his 4th receiving touchdown of the year. And Howard, as we said, great individual effort.
Great effort, just really sitting back, catching the ball. And listen, now he's got to make a guy miss. Does a great job cutting back into the inside, and then he has the ability to hurdle the guy and get in for the end zone. It's a tremendous individual effort there.
This is our first telecast of the year on FSN. We're proud to be partners with the Colorado Crush, and extremely excited over the access they've been giving us this year. And part of that access includes a mic on John Dutton. After this kickoff, we're going to hear from Mr. Dutton and take you inside the helmet of one of the top quarterbacks in the entire Arena League. But first, the kickoff for Clay Rush. Coco Blaylock, again, the man to receive for Las Vegas. And Rush, again, will put it into the nets. Blaylock fields it cleanly. He's out to the 5. Blaylock, some room to run, gets out to about the 13-yard line and brought down there by Saul Patu. Now let's go down to the field and listen to what John Dutton had to say following that touchdown.
See what they're doing, they're reading my eyes. Yeah, so they want me to throw that.
John Dutton's been around this league a long time, Howard, and can pick up what defenses are doing probably as quickly and as efficiently as any other quarterback in the AFL.
Oh, without a doubt. What he's talking about, they're watching my eyes because everyone knows that he's trying to get the ball to Harold, but it's not there for him, so he has to go the other way.
Well, here's Wheelahan. Nash again, the man in motion. Wheelahan has to throw off of his back foot as there was some pressure applied there by the Colorado defense, and it results in an incomplete pass. Saul Patu, the man to get near Wheelahan there, and that is just the 3rd incomplete pass of the day for Wheelahan. He had completed 6 consecutive throwing attempts prior to that pass.
Well, that's what you want to do. You want to try to get some pressure. And it's tough to get pressure in this league from your up-front people, but that's what they have to do. They're individual matchups, and they have to win.
So 2nd down upcoming here for Colorado. If there's been a knock on the Crush so far this year, it has been on the defensive end of things. Quick pass into the flats by Wheelahan, and Coco Blaylock still on his feet, finally brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A great tackle by Toure Carter.
Nice little chest pass there, huh? Just trying to get the ball out, get it into Coco Blaylock's hand and see if he can make something happen with it. You're going to see him bounce back, little chest pass. Blaylock, now he's on his own, trying to make something happen, but the Crush do a tremendous job of staying and keeping him corralled and coming up and making the tackle for the game.
The play officially goes down as a loss of 1, so it brings up 3rd and 11. Big 3rd down play upcoming here for Colorado. See if they can force Vegas into a field goal situation. Wheelahan gets pressured again by Patu, but gets it away, but it's not going to be enough for a 1st down as TJ Hill is brought down by Carter about 4 yards short of the 1st down marker. So we'll see what Las Vegas and Ron James decide to do here. And let's take a look at that pressure. Howard Patu, the last couple plays, making his presence felt.
Patu doing a good job getting into the quarterback's face, forcing him to get rid of the ball without the time. You're going to see he'll do a good job here trying to get open, trying to fight back to the quarterback, but it's not enough to get the 1st down. They still have to try to go for it here and pick it up on 4th down.
Yeah, 4th and 4, they leave the offense on the field. Maybe not believing that the leg of Eric Poole is going to be accurate enough from that range, and it's going to be a completion on. That's going to be just enough. See where they spot it. Indeed, they are going to spot it. 1st down. Coco Blaylock picks it up, and Las Vegas keeps the drive alive.
Well, a lot of times you may see in other leagues, 4th down, guys want to punt it or you try to go for that extra point. In arena football, that's why it's so exciting, because even on 4th down, guys are going for it, trying to pick it up. You see them do a good job there, running a lot of different route combinations with the wide receivers, which opens up some of these routes, especially when you're 5 and short, under 5 yards to try to pick up that 1st down. It gives you a lot of options.
Well, they needed 4.5. They got 5. 1st down. Wheelahan airing it out again. TJ Hill, for a second, looked like he might have had the catch. Great effort as he tries to dive to come up with the grab. And Aaron Johnson applying some pressure there on Wheelahan on that play.
You know, they're really, one of the things you're seeing, Wheelahan is really on his back a lot, but you're going to take a look here at Hill trying to make that catch. It's just outside of his reach, but one of the things that we got to keep an eye on is as many times as Wheelahan has been on his back, especially in this particular drive, there's been a lot of pressure being applied to him, so his balls are not on target like they have been early in the game.
So 2nd down and 10 upcoming here for Las Vegas. Wheelahan again looking to air it out. This time Marcus Nash gets open in the end zone, got away from Rashad Floyd, and for the first time today, Nash has put 6 on the board for Las Vegas.
You know, really as a defensive back, you're really at a disadvantage in this situation here. You're really trying to cover Marcus Nash all over the football field. He's coming from one side to the other and running a corner route. It's really tough to try to stay in tow with him, but Nash has the speed and the ability. That's why he was a first-round draft pick, and he showed you his ability to get open and separate and get away from the defensive back and set up a situation for a touchdown for him.
The 8th touchdown of the season for Marcus Nash. Not his longest, however, as he has a 30-yard grab to his credit. And Las Vegas will go for 2 here as they look to push it up to a 7-point lead. So Ron James starting to get a little bit more aggressive with that onside kick and the 2-point conversion, which is complete to Marcus Nash. And it's 28-21. Las Vegas up a full touchdown, but hold everything. We've got a flag on the field. Let's see if it's on Las Vegas. They'll call that 2-point back. Not sure what the call is here, Howard. Did you see anything?
I didn't get a chance to see it, but you know they're going to sit there and huddle up and try to come up with the right call, trying to keep the players away so they don't influence those calls. But as you can see, Harold's kind of sneaking around, trying to figure out what this call is going to be.
Ron James wondering what it's going to be. Let's listen in on the official.
By rule, the offense cannot make contact with the umpire. However, it'll just be a warning on the offense. Next contact will be a personal foul. The try is good.
So apparently somebody on the offense came into contact with one of the officials, and that'll always draw a flag. Let's take a look at it. We've got a replay of it here, Howard.
Well, a lot of times, especially down here, you try to use the official, try to rub that receiver off and try to get a pick, and that's what you saw happen there. And they only called it for a warning because he wasn't the one that was the recipient of the pass, so he didn't benefit, so that's why they took it away from him.
So 8 points for Marcus Nash on that drive. The Gladiators back on top by a full 7. Colorado to take over on offense on the other side of this timeout.
Woke up in the middle of the night, terrified. Someone tried to come in my house. Fortunately, we had an ADT security system.
Mrs. Parker, this is ADT. We're receiving an alarm. Are you all right?
Yes, we're okay. I'm glad ADT was there, watching out for my family.
Don't take chances. Take control of your family's safety with ADT, America's #1 security company. Call now and save up to $200 on ADT protection packages. ADT, always there.
Sweetheart Brownie Blast. Sonic's got it, others don't. Treat your sweetheart to the sweet taste of chocolate brownies and cherries blended into a creamy frozen treat. Sonic's new Sweetheart Brownie Blast. And now swipe a credit or My Sonic card from your car. Only at Sonic.
Later.
Hi. Could I have a medium latte, please?
Sure.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Where's my latte?
Get everything faster. Sign up for Comcast high-speed internet for just $29.99 a month for 3 months. At ridiculously quick speeds, it's way faster than DSL and dial-up. Sign up today and start doing more things online faster. Just call 1-800-COMCAST. Comcast high-speed internet. It's Comcastic.
Warm up your winter with the Crush Girls in Paradise. Enjoy the sun, the sand, and all the fun as FSN gives you a behind-the-scenes look into the making of the 2006 Crush Girls calendar, Friday at 9.
Welcome back to Pepsi Center. Dave Benz, Howard Griffith along with you. Keith Blyer working the sidelines for us today. 28-21, the Gladiators back on top and about to kick it off. And they tried an onside kick last time, Howard. You think they would try that again here?
Well, you know, it's all about possessions. They are feeling good about where they are now, so look for a deep kick here.
Plus a lot of time still to play here in the second quarter. 5:48 is an eternity in the AFL. Cool. We'll kick it to Marshall. And that is going to be fielded off the wall by Marshall. And the walls, as we mentioned, not in play here on kicks. So the ball will be spotted for Colorado. I believe they're going to spot it all the way out at the 20-yard line. Meantime, let's kick it down to Keith Blyer, standing by with Marcus Nash. Keith?
Yes, a football player that fans in Denver are certainly familiar with. Marcus, first of all, tell me about the touchdown. You got separation there in the end zone.
Oh, yeah, we just ran a double post combination.
and I got on his toes a little bit. We know he likes to squat, so he's got on his toes and came out of the break.
What happened on the two-point conversion? The officials just warned you for touching him, and who did it?
Nobody touched him. Nobody touched him. He didn't know who did. Nobody touched him, but I know I didn't touch him. The other ref said one went underneath, one went on top. Nobody touched him.
When you come back to the Mile High City, does it bring back memories of playing for the Broncos?
It does. It does. It brings back a lot of memories. Other than the boos I get sometimes, it brings back a lot of memories.
Hey, they care about you. Let's put it that way. Marcus, thanks for joining us. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, back up to the booth.
All right, thanks, Keith. Yeah, an official actually did fall to the ground on that play, so somehow I think he got touched. Meantime, that was a 15-yard gain for Damian Harrell to pick up a first down for the Crush. And Colorado looking to answer that Las Vegas touchdown. Harrell again, the man set to go in motion here for the Crush. Dutton feeling some pressure, scrambles, buys himself some time, and then has to throw it away out of bounds. And that'll bring up second down for Colorado. Damian Porter on the coverage for the Gladiators.
Something that we haven't seen at all today is Dutton being pressured, but he does a good job of stepping up in the pocket and trying to avoid the rush and trying to look for you-know-who. Harold just throwing it up, seeing if he can come up with a big play down the field.
Yeah, you know, really, that's been a key for Las Vegas, at least in their thinking coming into the season. You sign Alonzo Spellman, you sign Chucky Wakori, and you really are hoping, hey, we're going to get some pressure on some guys. Wilkie Bazil, the beneficiary of those signings last week, had 3.5 tackles for a loss against San Jose. Meantime, quick little pattern for Andy McCullough, and he picks up the first down, and Colorado again on the move.
McCullough doing a good job. Dutton, first of all, is in a situation where he just has a three-step drop where he's going back trying to read the defense, does a good job of releasing the ball, throwing off of that front forward, foot following through, just making a great catch there.
We mentioned John Dutton yet to take a sack this season. He actually does have a backup quarterback today. Todd Hamill signed by the Crush midweek. They released defensive lineman Chris Berg actually checked that, put him on IR. Meantime, Damian Harrell, the ball knocked away. Nice coverage there by Damian Porter on Harrell, as it looked like Harrell might have been able to come up with 6.
Porter doing a good job. Harrell trying to run the corner route on him. Porter just kind of sitting back trying to react to it. The ball's a little underthrown there, but you still see him just going, Harrell going to the post. Porter coming underneath that route, trying to come up with a big play there. It's an outstanding defensive play by Las Vegas.
Well, so Colorado again will look to pick up a first down or get into the end zone here, and second down and 10 from the 18. Harrell in motion. Dutton throws off his back foot. Harrell into the corner, and it's a little bit too deep and incomplete. We're going to have third down upcoming for Colorado. So 2 straight plays they look to try to get it to Damian.
We're trying to come up with that big play, letting Harrell really work the wide side of the football field to put the defensive back in a tough situation, but Porter is trailing him all over the football field. They're trying to run another corner route there, and we're unsuccessful. The ball overthrown. They're going to continue to try to go to Harrell to come up with that big play, but Vegas is doing a good job defensively against him.
Harrell lines up to the left side. Now he'll run in motion off to the right. And Dutton again looking for Harrell, and there's some contact in the end zone, and no flags as Porter on the coverage, and that's going to bring up fourth down upcoming here for Colorado.
Look, if you're Vegas, you got to be feeling great about yourself, because Porter's doing an outstanding job. 3 plays in a row, coming up with outstanding defense, really covering the top receiver in this league, and he's showing why he's a good player as well. Porter making a great defensive play.
John Dutton just 1 for his last 5 completions. Incomplete on the last 3 tries, and the Crush will go for it on fourth down. 4th and 10 from the 18. They'd like to at least pick up the first down. Dutton across the middle finds Harrell, and I believe Damian's going to be brought down before the first down marker. We'll see where the officials spot his forward progress. The official standing just inside the 9-yard line. That's right about where the marker is, Howard, and we may have a measurement upcoming. And no, check that, no measurement necessary, as the officials say he is short, and Las Vegas holds, and they'll come up with a big stop there and another extra possession for the Gladiators.
Yes, Harold just running a crossing route, but doesn't get the 10 yards that he needs to come up with the first down, comes up a little short, and that's going to be critical because especially as we come down the stretch, when possessions matter in this league, it's going to be very important. So they're going to have to figure out how to come up with a stop here. And we're coming up on 1 minute here, which means the 1 minute timing rules will come into play, and it doesn't appear that Las Vegas checked that. I believe we're going to have a timeout now called. See if that is by Colorado. And Colorado indeed does take a timeout with 1:03 to go here, still in the first half of play. And Howard, it becomes a bit of a different game once you get inside of 1 minute, akin to a 2-minute warning in the NFL. In the AFL, you get to a 1 minute warning. The clock will stop on incomplete passes and out of bounds plays. But really, Colorado right now would like to be able to get the football back one last time. Well, they're going to try to get the football back in this situation. There are two ways to do it. Either come up with a big turnover or play a defense they call giveaway and allow the team to score that touchdown so they can hopefully come back and get a quick possession. So it's a lot of different strategies in this situation. This is why this game is so exciting. It's because of the matchups and also the chess play by the coaches.
Well, Las Vegas now will take the football, and it will be the final play before the 1 minute warning. Wheelahan will just pitch it out to Marlon Jackson, and Jackson, big gain there of about 7 yards, and he's knocked into the wall, and that's going to bring up a stoppage, and that will bring about the 1 minute warning here at Pepsi Center. So with the 1 minute warning, we're going to take a timeout here on FSN. The Gladiators looking to add to their 7-point lead.
Hey. Hey. Whew. Yeah. You look relaxed for somebody in your condition.
It's because I have Aflac.
What do you mean?
Well, when I'm hurt and miss work, Aflac gives me cash to help pay bills. My health insurance does it.
You mean like car payments?
Mm-hmm.
Electric bills?
Mm-hmm.
Or the rent?
Yep. Huh. Even food. Chinese is here.
Great. I love duck.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Hi, I'm Chris Klug. Most people are used to seeing me like this. But just 4 years ago, I was waiting for a liver transplant. Yeah, me. Someone chose to be a donor and gave me a second chance at life. Now you can help give others a second chance too. Just check off the line on your state tax form and give to the Organ and Tissue Donation Awareness Fund. You're not just giving money, you're supporting the gift of life.
Check off line 41 and support the Donation Awareness Fund.
It's a condition that affects millions each year.
Honey?
It's called post-Super Bowl stress disorder, or PIST. Symptoms may include depression, excitability, and an inability to deal with life without football.
What?
But there is a cure.
For 20 seasons, the Arena Football League has brought football fans back to life. So don't let this happen to you. The Arena Football League, Season 20, now playing at an arena television or computer near you.
Welcome back to Pepsi Center. Beautiful day outside in Denver and not too bad inside either. 7-point game. Hey, fans, you can win a trip to Arena Bowl 20 in Las Vegas on June 11th and a shot at $1 million just for watching this game. Go to arenafootball.com and register today. And Howard Griffith along with Dave Benz. Howard, we talked extensively with Mike Daly earlier this week about this exact scenario, under a minute to go and a half, and what the strategies are. And while neither of us would purport to be an expert at it, it would seem that Las Vegas really, they don't even care if they score on this drive. They want to eat up the clock because they're going to get the football back to open up the second half.
Right, that's why we talk about the possessions being so critical here. So running plays are important, and little hitch routes are important to try to keep that clock moving.
Colorado still with a couple of timeouts, however, can stop a couple more times. Marlon Jackson will get the first down, and John Peaua, I'm going to have trouble with that name all game, gets the tackle there. And Colorado, again, stops the clock, takes another timeout. The Crush would love to get the ball back, score, get an onside kick, and score again if they could, because they really would like to get 2 for 1 here. And really, I don't think care if Vegas scores on this drive. More important to get the ball back.
No, they would like for Vegas to go score. So that scenario could play out. But the one thing, Vegas also understands that they're going to get the ball coming out of the half. So you're going to see the running plays. That's why they're running the ball right now in this situation, because they don't want to give the ball back to the Colorado Crush, give up a quick score, and then be forced to try to recover an onside kick.
Now, Mike Daly telling us earlier this week, even friends of his who aren't true disciples of the game will call him after a game and say, Coach, that onside kick or that fourth down you went for, that was really gutsy call. And he'll say, you know, if they knew the game, they would know I wasn't being gutsy. I was doing what the book dictated. Douglas goes into motion for Vegas, and Douglas, a great catch at the 1-yard line. It bounces into the end zone untouched, and it's a touchdown for the Gladiators. So Las Vegas will open up their largest lead of the game, 34-21 on the 23-yard touchdown strike.
You want to talk about some unbelievable effort, laying out, pulling, sticking that right arm out, and really hauling that ball back in. Does a tremendous job. Wheelahan just sitting back in the pocket, is not getting any pressure. Douglas just able to stretch out, bring the ball in, and come up with a huge play for the Las Vegas.
Eric Kuhl will attempt the extra point to make it a 2-touchdown margin for Vegas. And the kick is away. So 44 seconds remaining yet for the Colorado Crush, who in essence, Howard, get what they wanted. They'll get the football and try to score, and then in all likelihood try to get an onside kick and get that possession back that they're going to lose when they open up the second half.
Right, they're definitely going to try to do that, but let's take a look at this one. Just running a real post route. Just gets wide open. Safety at the corner is late getting over to try to defend it. But Wheelahan, look at the pull, the poise in the pocket. Great catch, just laying out, pulling the ball in, and goes into the end zone because he was not touched down.
Second touchdown of the game for Douglas, who, as we mentioned, was activated off of IR prior to this contest. Not a bad way to start. And Craig Wheelahan, not a bad game either. 4 touchdown passes a game for Wheelahan already, and he's up over 150 yards. Last week against San Jose, passed for only 181 yards and 4 touchdowns the entire contest in that victory. So Wheelahan on his way to a pretty good contest here at Pepsi Center as well. So now if you're Las Vegas, Howard, you've got a 2-touchdown lead, and you know you're getting the football on the backside of the halftime. So I don't think any trickery will be upcoming here for Ron James' team. They're clearly going to kick this one away.
Well, you know, it depends. It depends on how you take a look at this. If you could go for the onside kick here, maybe come up with it again and give Colorado the short field. So this will be interesting to see how this plays out.
Well, a bunch formation, and they are going to onside kick it. And the kick is out at the 15, fielded by Willis Marshall about the 12-yard line. Marshall looking for a seam, gets to the right. He's got a blocker, and Willis Marshall gets inside the 20-yard line at about the 17, knocked out of bounds. So with 38 seconds to go, the Crush in great shape as the offense will take over.
Vegas took an opportunity just to get a little squib kick there, try to catch Colorado off guard, get down and catch it. But Willis Marshall was what he's done all year long, come up with big plays in special teams, really able to advance the ball up the football field to give this Crush a good opportunity to try to go in for a score here.
Not sure exactly what Ron James was thinking there. You give Colorado the football in great shape, plenty of time. They get a touchdown here. Clearly, they'll go for an onside kick and try to get another possession. John Dutton finds Ahmad Hawkins out about the 11-yard line, and the clock will continue to run. And Colorado will take their time getting up to the line here. A little surprised here, Howard, to see Colorado taking so much time.
Well, in a lot of situations, they're trying to dictate what the defense is doing. Colorado calls a timeout here to try to save themselves some time. But this is going to be an interesting call what comes up next.
Well, you know, I suppose, Howard, what you could do is you could always try to do the onside kick on the backside of the timeout. Try to be the last to score and leave no time on the clock for Las Vegas.
Well, one of the things we know, with 14 seconds left, there still can be a lot of points scored in this game.
Hey, 12 seconds was all Colorado needed back in 2004 against Las Vegas to come back from a 12-point deficit and snare a victory, their first ever victory in Pepsi Center. That fan probably a little too young to remember that contest, but John Dutton certainly remembers. It says that it is the highlight of his AFL career, and that's from a guy who's won 2 Arena Bowls. Go! Harrell in motion. Dutton floats it up for Harrell. Contact in the end zone, and good coverage by Damian Porter. And they're not going to throw a flag. Just 3 seconds off the clock on that play, and it'll bring up third down for Colorado.
Porter's having to cover Harrell all over the football field. Is doing a great job of it. Jumps up right at the right time to break up the time. And one of the things that Harrell is so great at is coming up with those catches, really being able to elevate and coming up with the catch, bringing it down with his hands. But Porter, as you see, gets up just as high and is able to knock the ball away.
Well, so far, Damian Harrell being shut out in this contest. John Pea'ua, Ahmad Hawkins, and Willis Marshall, the 3 touchdowns thus far for Colorado. And now Colorado going to be facing a 4th down as that pass floats out of bounds on John Dutton.
The timing is not there today for whatever reason. Dutton and Harrell are having a tough time connecting. We've seen several balls being thrown to Harrell into the corners, in the post routes, or in the corner routes, excuse me, and we have not been able to be able to pick that up. And he's not being harassed in the pocket, so the timing is just a little bit off today.
Harrell does have 5 catches for 56 yards in the contest. 4th down and 3 for Colorado. Harrell in motion. Dutton looking for Marshall in the corner. Ball tipped. Marshall grabs it, goes into the wall, and they say touchdown. As the wall opens up on Marshall, and it doesn't matter. Puts 6 on the board for Colorado.
Marshall having a great day. He's having a great day coming up, really showing the concentration to come down with the ball.
Willis Marshall's 2nd touchdown reception of the contest, and no doubt a little bit fired up to try and make up for the way the game opened when he fumbled the opening kickoff.
Well, he's doing a good job at that. You see Dutton just sitting back in the pocket. The ball is tipped. Marshall still has the ability to concentrate on it, and you know that wall is there, and that's also a factor. So it's important that these guys really come back down with the football because they're running at a high speed, high rate of speed, and then they have to decelerate to try to catch the football. It showed you a great job of just how he can concentrate on that ball and bringing it in before the ball becomes a factor in the play.
Clay Rush misses the extra point, so Colorado down by 8, 35-27. Clay Rush 2 missed extra points last week against Georgia, and the Crush were unscathed by those 2 missed extra points. We'll see how that missed extra point comes into play today. They always seem to have a way of coming into play, though, Howard.
Absolutely. Special teams is critical in coming up with those extra points. You need to do it because it dictates what you have to do down the line in this game, whether you have to go for a 2-point conversion or whether you're able to just try to kick that extra point. So it'll be interesting to see really how that plays out really into the second half.
Yeah, last week against Georgia, because of 3 missed extra points by their kicker, had to go for a 2-point conversion at the end of the game and did not get it, wound up losing by 2. And actually, similar circumstance for Georgia again on Friday night, taking on Tampa Bay, and they lose by 2, 61-59, as they went for a 2-point, check that, they lose by 1, 61-60, and they tried to go for a 2-point conversion with no time on the clock to seal a victory.
But you know what? That's one of the things you got to do. You have to be able to convert those extra points. It's critical.
There's a look at Herman Bell there, 81. No name on his uniform, and I'll explain that for you in a second as Bell takes the kickoff. And again, it gets hung up in the net. And that's probably good news, actually, for Las Vegas, Howard, because you figure the clock would have started when Bell had caught it. Now Vegas is actually going to have a chance to run an offensive play.
Yeah, they at least have an opportunity to go for the end zone here with a quick strike possible.
There's a look at Bell, and I mentioned no name on his jersey, and the reason for that is the equipment guy forgot to bring Herman Bell's uniform. Normally wears number 10. Kevin Prentice is used to wearing jersey number 81. Kevin Prentice was inactive for the game, so they pulled Prentice's name off the jersey and said, Herman, here you go.
Here you go. All you need is a jersey, though. You don't need that name on the back of it.
You're playing for the name on the front.
All you need is to be able to put it on. You got the colors, the uniform. Go out and make some plays.
So Wheelahan, and we'll see if Las Vegas decides to just throw it up deep, and why not take a shot? And first, Vegas is going to take a timeout to talk things over. Ron James seeing something in the Colorado defense that apparently he didn't like.
Really probably wanted to see what the matchups were going to look like on this. Kind of like in basketball when you come in for a timeout, from a timeout, really want to see exactly what the formation, what the defensive scheme is going to be. It's the same thing here. You want to take a look at how is the defense going to react to a formation that you may put out there. So he saw something he possibly didn't like or saw something he liked, and he's now going to try to come out and exploit it here.
And if you're a casual fan of the AFL and you're wondering, okay, well, why not just take a knee and go in up 8 points? You know you're getting the ball to start the second half. You can't take a knee in the AFL. You have to gain positive yardage on a rushing play or else the time gets put back on the clock. So Wheelahan will take a knee, and I'm very confused. All right, well, that's the end of the first half of play. Forget what I said, Howard. Wheelahan takes a knee, and it's 35-27 after 30 minutes of play here at Pepsi Center. And Ron... Everybody, Dave Benz, Howard Griffith, the Las Vegas Gladiators through 30 minutes of play, enjoying an 8-point lead. And Howard, really a game in which the Colorado Crush have been playing catch-up from the get-go. They got the opening kickoff. Great return by Willis Marshall, but he fumbled it, and Las Vegas hasn't looked back.
Well, one of the things that's really happening in this situation is Dutton and Harold aren't on the same page today. We've seen numerous times where we've seen overthrows in that situation, so they're going to have to get that corrected in the second half. And also, Porter, for the Gladiators, is really playing tremendous defense against Harold as well.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say Damian Porter has played some great defensive football. Colorado, meantime, they've not trailed in a game at the half so far this year, so a little bit of a different perspective coming back, and they're going to be giving up the football to start the second half.
Well, one of the things we know is that John Dutton can put the ball up, and he's going to find Harold in this particular half because he has to. He got to score some points, so he'll get back on top of his game.
Dustin Buzz Barno and the Crush hoping to come back here in the final 30 minutes. We'll get you back to Pepsi Center for the second half after this timeout.
The Arena Football League presents the 20 Greatest Highlights Countdown. Number 18. The San Jose SaberCats took on the Arizona Rattlers in a high-scoring shootout in Arena Bowl 18. San Jose tallied 69 points to Arizona's 62. With seconds remaining, Coach Danny White's Rattlers had one final shot.
One last play for Arizona. Can they do it? From the 5-yard line of San Jose, veteran quarterback Cedric Bonner sends Burley in motion. Bonner retreats, drills. No, incomplete, and San Jose wins. Came down to the final play.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, baby. Champions again.
The second championship in 3 years for the San Jose SaberCats. Tune in again next week as the AFL's 20 Greatest Highlights Countdown continues.
Born premature, Julie weighed 24 ounces. Her fragile life almost over before it began. Today, she's home and healthy.
Julie is one of millions of children with hope because of Children's Miracle Network. We are the alliance of premier children's hospitals dedicated to serving all children. Your support can make miracles happen.
Freezer's on the fritz, boss. All the ice is melting.
Hey, boss! 10 tons of tuna got caught up in pasta.
Boss, we got cats.
Small business owners have enough challenges. High-speed internet shouldn't be one of them. As a broadband leader, Comcast delivers speeds up to 7 megs with advanced security features and 24/7 support.
Welcome back to Pepsi Center. Dave Benz, Howard Griffith. Time to get down to the third member of our broadcast crew, Keith Plyer, standing by with Coach Daly. Keith?
Coach Daly, a bit surprising that Damian Harrell has been held to what he's been held to. Just one catch on 4th down and didn't get the first. Damian Porter seems to be doing a great job for Vegas.
Yeah, I think Vegas as a team is doing a great job. We're going to have to come out here, make some plays, both offensively, defensively, and special teams. You know, it's a lot of football left to play. Vegas has played very inspired. We're going to have to do the same.
And Crush fans aren't used to seeing Dutton throw as many incompletions as he has. Are you going to make any adjustments to what you're doing, or does he just need to drop into a groove?
He's probably going to have to get into a groove a little bit, you know, and hopefully we can come out here and get a little momentum, and that'll help us.
All right, well, you've come from behind many times before. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, that's Mike Daly. Let's go back up to the booth.
All right, thanks a lot, Keith. You know, the Colorado Crush, the more pertinent question, what are they going to do to get back this possession? They're actually going to be down 2 possessions here after this kickoff. Be interesting to see if Colorado decides to open this second half with an onside kick. Not sure that they will, but before the game is out, I imagine they're going to have to try at least one, Howard.
Well, they got to figure out how to get another possession, as you mentioned, and that may entail the defense coming up with a stop.
And the kick fielded cleanly, and there's a little shake and bake move, and Coco Blaylock has some room to run. He's out near midfield, brought down at about the 23-yard line. Rashad Floyd makes the tackle, his 5th of the game. Let's take a look at the first half stats. You heard Keith Blyer allude to it. Damian Harrell, no touchdowns, and really Colorado not doing a great job passing the football. A lot of incompletions today for John Dutton to this point, Howard.
Exactly right. He's not in his groove yet, as Coach Daly alluded to. He's going to have to get in the groove in the second half to give his team an opportunity to come back.
By the way, I want to quickly get back to what happened at the end of the first half. We got two actually different explanations. Well, Craig Wheelahan took a knee to end the half, and we'll get to those explanations here in a second as Wheelahan drops back to pass, looking for Marcus Nash. Nash has it at about the 15, tries to avoid coverage, and finally brought down on the help by Willis Marshall as he pulls him down for the tackle after the first down reception. But Craig Wheelahan did two different things actually on the final play of the first half. He dropped back and kind of bounced around, waited for 000s to hit the clock, then took the knee, which is legal. And secondly, the rules only apply in the final minute of a game, final minute of the half. If the other team is out of timeouts, you are allowed to take a knee. So there you go, two different explanations on what happened there. Here's Wheelahan dropping back to pass. He's got a man wide open, and Joe Douglas can't make the catch. It's off of his hand. He might have let him just a little bit too much there, Howard.
He did. He let him a little bit too much, but I also didn't see the effort at the end of that route. He needs to really push through that and really make a big play here. You're seeing him, he's working on the wide side of the field, comes back just running a little corner route, and you see got to keep running through that. Got to run through that ball and try to bring it down with two hands as opposed to one.
He did lead him, but that certainly should have been 6. We'll see if that comes back to haunt Vegas in what is still a one-possession game. The Crush in dire need of a stop. Nash goes into motion along the left side. Wheelahan airs it out for Nash, and nice defense on the play as the pass is broken up by Rashad Floyd.
Floyd doing a tremendous job of undercutting the route, coming up from behind, seeing exactly where the ball is going, and also understanding where Nash is trying to get to as far as a position on the football field, and really just undercutting and getting a hand in there to break that play up. So it's a good job.
So the Crush coming out here in the second half with a little bit of fire on defense, knowing that they need a stop badly.
Well, we talked about that at the opening kick at the half, rather. They need to figure out a way to get that possession back, and they're going to have to do it with some defense.
Wheelahan on third down. Nash again in motion off to the left side. Wheelahan off his back foot finds Douglas in the end zone, and Joe Douglas has his 3rd touchdown reception of the game.
Douglas doing a good job, giving him the, like he's going to go for the post, and then coming back to the corner, the route that they call a post corner, and getting himself open. The defender had to bite on that particular route, on the inside route. Wheelahan doing a good job of looking him off, and then he's able to work back to the corner while he's wide open and pulls the ball in.
Ahmad Hawkins back in almost a safety position on that play. Got over there too late. Boy, what a way to come off of IR. 3 touchdowns already for Douglas. Extra point try away for Houle, and it is good. And it is a 42-27 lead. Las Vegas right now crushing the Crush on their own turf. We're back to Pepsi Center after this timeout.
Hey, what's up?
EA Sports, Arena Football, rated E10 for ages 10 and up. EA Sports, it's in the game.
Hi, I'm Chris Klug. Most people are used to seeing me like this. But just 4 years ago, I was waiting for a liver transplant. Yeah, me. Someone chose to be a donor and gave me a second chance at life. Now you can help give others a second chance too. Just check off the line on your state tax form and give to the Organ and Tissue Donation Awareness Fund. You're not just giving money, you're supporting the gift of life.
Check off line 41 and support the Donation Awareness Fund.
Morning, Ken. How are you? Good. You? Good. Work? Good. Kids? Good. McDonald's breakfast. How is it?
Unbelievable. You know, I usually don't do breakfast. I'm not a morning person per se, but this morning I just kind of...
It's good. Good.
Good mornings start with McDonald's breakfast, especially with a McGriddle sandwich. Bacon or sausage, eggs, and cheese, all between 2 warm griddle cakes.
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
Welcome back to Pepsi Center, everybody. Joe Douglas feeling pretty good. 3 catches for 81 yards and 3 touchdowns on the day. The last one, a 13-yard hookup with Craig Wheelahan. Willis Marshall back to receive the kickoff. The Crush in their largest deficit of the season. Take a look at the Central Division standings. Only 4 teams coming into play today remain undefeated. Colorado and Nashville, 2 of those 4 at 2-0. Meantime, Las Vegas, what a huge win this would be for them if they could hold on. Tied atop the Western Division along with Los Angeles. Utah actually lost last night, so the Blaze now at 1-2 overall on the season. And we mentioned that game earlier. That was the 84-81 affair, which was just like a pinball game. Marshall feels the Hool kick off the net. No, he doesn't, because it's going to get hung up in the net, and they're going to place the ball at the 5-yard line for Colorado.
No, that's that net. That net is tricky. We might need to send you down there and see if you can grab it out of there.
You know, I don't think there's a lot of people that could field it off the net.
I wouldn't even try it. I'm too embarrassed if I dropped it. So I'm not even going to try it.
I think you'd have a better shot of catching it than I would have. I'm going to go out on a limb.
You never know.
You caught a few passes from number 7.
Once or twice. Maybe 1 or 2. Who knows?
All right, well, it's not number 7 on the field. It's number 8. The Crush down 2 scores. And in dire need of getting back a possession as well in this game. Dutton airs it out. McCullough, great catch by Andrew McCullough, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Wow, what a great individual effort by number 81.
Talking about the concentration, being able to concentrate on the ball when it's being deflected by a defender. He did a great job there, really focusing in on the ball and coming down with it.
45 yards on the strike, and the Crush back within 9 at 42-33. And take another look at this one, Howard. Just a great play by McCullough to bat the ball to himself.
Without a doubt. The ball is up, it's tipped, but he's able to remain concentrated on the ball, keep his concentration there, come down with the ball, come up with a big play that was much needed for the Crush.
Extra point by Clay Rush is away, and it is good. He's missed 1 already today, but perfect on that one, and it's back to a 1-possession game at 42-34. The Crush to kick it off on the backside of this timeout.
In competition, injuries happen. It's part of the game. And to get back your level of performance takes a lot of hard work, discipline, and the best health care. Health South is the nation's leading provider of outpatient diagnostic, surgery, and rehabilitation services. So we can help you get back fast to the action, the competition, and the glory. We know your body. We understand your spirit. We get you back.
That's the jam.
Don't miss Pioneer Men's Basketball February 15th as they host Front Range rival Northern Colorado. Call 303-871-2336.
Later.
Hi. Could I have a medium latte, please?
Sure.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Where's my latte?
Get everything faster. Sign up for Comcast high-speed internet for just $29.99 a month for 3 months. At ridiculously quick speeds, it's way faster than DSL and dial-up. Sign up today and start doing more things online faster. Just call 1-800-COMCAST. Comcast high-speed internet. It's Comcastic.
Back at Pepsi Center, hey, Saturday at 6, the Colorado Crush are back on FSN Rocky Mountain as they travel east to take on conference opponent Nashville. That's Saturday at 6, only on FSN Rocky Mountain, your new home for the Colorado Crush. Crush still with work to do in this one against Las Vegas, but that touchdown play certainly helped the cause. Longest touchdown play of the season for Colorado.
Oh, without a doubt. Coming up with a big play. Anytime you're going to have the receiving, he's just going to work all of this side of the field over there. Porter's in a tough situation here where he's trying to cover. McCullough's doing a great job of really working, starting off on the short side and then really working the wide side of the football field, just concentrating on the ball and coming down with it, pulling it in, coming up with a big catch at a big time that this team really needed.
Ball actually went off of Andy McCullough's helmet. Nick Davis's hand, McCullough's helmet into his arms for the touchdown. And here's the Crush lined up for an onside kick. And knocked, batted around, ball still loose, recovered by Colorado. What a great play by Colorado as Rashad Floyd comes up with the recovery, and the Crush get the possession back that they needed to get back following that fumble on the opening kickoff.
Understanding the situation, that's why they had to go for that onside kick there and try to hope to recover it, because it's all about the possession. They were able to come up with it, guys scrambling around, and that football bounces funnies at times, but Colorado comes up with it and comes up with a play. Now they're back in a situation where they can come up with a big play here offensively. They can get right back in this game.
Yeah, and really, the guy that wishes he could have that one back is Herman Bell. The ball hits him in the chest and the hands, had a chance to get it, and then just punched out of there, and Colorado takes over. Here's Dutton looking to pass, throws it out to the left side, and McCullough with the reception for a short gain, and he's quickly brought down by T.J. Hill.
Well, once again, just trying to take exactly what the defense is trying to give them. Harold is trying to get down and work the middle of the football field, which opens some things up there because he's attracting that safety of the corner to come over and try to cover him, double cover him. But McCullough is just sitting there on the sideline with a little stop route, just throwing catch, try to get some yards after the catch.
Yeah, reminiscent of what happened last week in Georgia. More on that in a moment. Here's Dutton lining up under center, and Harold will go in motion off to the right side. Dutton instead goes to the left, a little timing pattern and a quick reception there, and it's going to bring up third down as it's well short of the marker. Here's a look at what happened last week in Georgia, and we were talking about this in the first half. This was the end of the first half against Georgia. Colorado had just scored. They go for the onside kick to get the ball back and try to be the last team to control the football. It bounces around, and great job by Mike Daly as it pays off, and they get a touchdown to close out the first half of play.
Well, that's what you're trying to do. You're always trying to win the possession battle, and that just dictates, the score of the game dictates what you need to do there.
3rd and 3 for Colorado. Dutton to McCullough on the right side. A big play for Colorado as McCullough gets the first down and then plenty more. Looked to be about a 21-yard pickup for McCullough on that play, and Colorado going to be down near the red zone. Andy McCullough's starting to come alive here in the second half.
He's playing well. He's really being a beneficiary of what they're trying to do with Harold, which is allowing him to become wide open and catch the ball, because Harold is running some clearing routes that's opening up for him pretty well all day.
And Harold in motion off to the left side. Dutton looks for McCullough again, and he can't hang on. Nice coverage there by Anthony Arsenault out of Utah.
Yeah, the way that ball was thrown, it looked like it was trying to go to Harold in the corner, and McCullough stuck his hands up, thinking it was coming to him. But after he looked back, he realized the ball should have been going to the next level right there. But he sticks his hand up because Harold is running free in the back, so he's able to come up with it.
And Colorado now will face 2nd down and 10, about midway through the third quarter of play. Dave Benz, Howard Griffith, Keith Blyer along with you from Pepsi Center. Glad you're along with us here on FSN. And Dutton looking for McCullough again. Ball batted around, and this time it's T.J. Hill making sure that McCullough can't reel it in on the second effort.
This time, another very good job of really trying to play the coverage there, trying to get underneath there and make a catch, make a play in that situation. Hill does a good job of getting his hands up and disrupting that pass and getting it knocked out of bounds. McCullough's just continuing to work. He's going to work the corner route, gets up, runs up on the defender's back, up on his feet, and then he just tries to come up with the play, but Hill's there to make sure that the receiver is unable to catch it.
Here's Harold in motion on 3rd down. Dutton goes across the middle. Willis Marshall a grab right at about the 3-yard line, and they're going to mark him at the 2, and I believe that's going to be enough for a first down, Howard.
It's a very good opportunity there. Harold once again clearing things out for him and allowing Marshall to come underneath. Quarterback doing a good job. Dutton just sitting back in the pocket and taking exactly what the defense is giving you. So much of that has to take place in this game to understand that you can't always go up top and get the big play.
Here's where things get dicey for Colorado. Short field to operate with, and John Dutton will hand it off to Marshall, and that's going to be a touchdown for Willis Marshall, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season, and Colorado's a 2-point try away from knotting this game up.
Is there anything that Marshall can't do on the football field? He's a tremendous football player, really epitomizes what you need to do in this game. You have to do so much. He's really a team player, gets it done in all facets of the game.
Here's another look at it. Just a little sweep play off the left side. Marshall's able to get in.
Getting his shoulders down, trying to get in. Doing a good job.
And Colorado does not go for the two-point conversion. Instead, they're content to let Clay Rush try the extra point. And Rush's kick is just good as it bounces in. And Colorado back within one, 42-41. Point a game for Willis Marshall, who's got 3 scores on the afternoon.
Oh, hey, honey.
Hey. So, what have you been up to?
Nothing. So what have you guys been up to?
Nothing.
Come into any Aaron Sales and Lease Ownership store and you'll find brand new, brand name furniture, electronics, appliances, and computers. Always at the guaranteed lowest price, whether you buy or lease to own, and no credit checks. So, do the math. Nobody beats Aaron's.
Do the math.
Nobody
beats Aaron's.
Thank you for calling ADT Security Services.
I just wanted you to know that security system saved me twice.
You all have given me peace of mind.
I tell everybody I see, get an ADT security system.
Like these customers and millions more, you'll feel more secure with ADT in your home. ADT can help protect your family from burglary, fire, and carbon monoxide. Call now and save up to $200 on an ADT protection package. You may even save up to 20% off your homeowner's insurance. ADT, always there.
Welcome back to Pepsi Center. 1-point game as the Crush hanging in this one with the Las Vegas Gladiators. And Howard, you know, one thing that we haven't seen today, we've seen Willis Marshall score 3 touchdowns, including that last one. We have not seen Damian Harrell score a touchdown. And 51 consecutive games prior to this one, Damian Harrell has caught a receiving touchdown. It's an active record in the AFL. And you got to start to think, hey, with a quarter and a half to go, is Damian Harrell going to get his touchdown today?
It's going to be interesting. Definitely a story that we're going to have to follow as this game continues to progress.
So here's the kickoff by Colorado. Herman Bell back to receive, and it's going to go out of bounds. And that'll be a touchback situation for the Las Vegas Gladiators. They will take over at their own 5-yard line. The 20-yard rule on kickoffs only applies if the ball goes over the top of the net. So if you can squeeze it in between or get it caught, that's the way to go.
Absolutely.
So Craig Wheelahan and the Gladiator offense will take over, up a score, and still up a possession, might we add. Colorado needs another stop on defense. Wheelahan pitches it into the backfield, and Anthony, check that. Saul Patu in there on the tackle. A short gain there by Las Vegas, maybe just trying to catch Colorado off guard and mix things up a little bit with the rushing play.
Well, we've seen them try to run that sweep to the right a couple times today. They've had a little success there, so they've been able to come up with plays in that situation. But I think here you'll start to see them try to put the ball up in the air and try to get the ball down the field and try to get a score.
That was Lavelle Mann with that carry, a rookie out of Colorado State. And the pass up to the left side for TJ Hill is complete right near the first down marker. Let's go down to Keith Blair on the sidelines. Keith?
Dave, a very unique move by Crush coach Mike Daly. He pulled the whole team out here, including the assistants, all the support staff. What did he have to say to you after this rally?
Just being Coach Daly, man. Motivation, man. Make sure our mind is where it needs to be for us to pull this victory out, man.
Everybody upstairs is talking about what you haven't done yet tonight. Does that matter to you?
Nah, man. As long as we can get out of here with this win, man. I don't chase records or stats, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a team player. So as long as we get out here with a win, it's all good.
Victory is all that matters for Damian, Dave.
Well, it might get a little tougher if that pass had been caught, but it's not. Nice coverage by Delvin Hughley as the Gladiators try to go deep on that play, and that'll bring up second down for Las Vegas. So, Howard, you Do you buy into that? It doesn't matter. I know it's all about winning, but I also know Damian Harrell's a guy with a lot of pride. I know he doesn't want to see that streak come to an end.
He doesn't want to see it come to an end, but I had an opportunity to talk to him the other day out in practice, and this is a guy that is all about team. He works just as hard on the offensive side when it's offensive time for them to have the ball. Let's take a look at this, and we'll get back to that.
All right, here we go. Wheelahan with Nash in motion, throws it off to the right side, and catch is made by Coco Blaylock, and he's quickly knocked out of bounds. That's going to bring up a third down situation. Good coverage by Ahmad Hawkins.
But Harrell works so hard at practice. You know, he's taking every rep that's out there to go out.
And Howard, we've got, I hate to interrupt you, we've got Craig Wheelahan on the ground. Didn't see the hit, but clearly hit after he threw the football. And right now, the Vegas warming up Glenn Gantz, their backup quarterback. And with that, we're going to have a timeout here at the Pepsi Center. 1-point game, 42-41. We'll be back after this break.
Arena football. It beats in the heart of every champion. A magic that makes a dreamer a hero. A common man, a leader. A mortal man, a legend. The courage, character, passion, and perseverance that makes a champion. That's Arena football.
Toyota's Winter Window of Opportunity is going on now at your Toyota dealer. All Toyota cars, like the 06 Camry, America's #1 selling car, the 06 Corolla, and 06 Avalon, have an EPA highway rating of over 30 miles per gallon. Now get a great lease of just $169 a month on the 06 Corolla. The time is now. So don't miss out on Toyota's Winter Window of Opportunity. Toyota, moving forward.
Hi, I'm Chris Klug. Most people are used to seeing me like this. But just 4 years ago, I was waiting for a liver transplant. Yeah, me. Someone chose to be a donor and gave me a second chance at life. Now you can help give others a second chance too. Just check off the line on your state tax form and give to the Organ and Tissue Donation Awareness Fund. You're not just giving money, you're supporting the gift of life.
Check off line 41 and support the Donation Awareness Fund.
FSN Rocky Mountain goes under the helmet with the crush. Sit down with Coach Daly for a film session and get down on the field to hear all the game day chatter.
I may lose a job today, though. Check me out.
Wednesday at 9:30, it's Crush Weekly. Something has to give as FSN brings you the battle for Central Division supremacy. Colorado's high-powered offense will try to crush Nashville's spirits, but the Cats' stingy defense won't back down as they claw for the win. Colorado, Nashville, Saturday at 6.
Welcome back to Pepsi Center. Craig Wheelahan, not sure if his day's over, but he's certainly going back to the locker room to get some treatment. 17 of 24, 211 yards, 5 touchdowns. And here's a look at what happened, Howard.
You're going to see two coming on the corner, coming around, getting the pressure. Just the ankle just gets rolled up on. It's not an intentional play at all. It's just a tough situation where you're trying to get after the quarterback, and he just gets that ankle caught in the turf and he gets rolled up on.
So Glenn Gantz will take over at quarterback for the Las Vegas Gladiators. Gant was just signed midweek for the Gladiators. You see, it's his third season in the AFL. He was a backup with Dallas 2 years ago. Spent some time with Georgia as the backup last year, and then was released just recently by Georgia. Las Vegas picked him up prior to this game. So here we go. Glenn Gant going to try and lead the Gladiator offense in what's a 1-point game here at Pepsi Center. Gant still has a pretty good receiver to throw the ball to, and Marcus Nash, and throws it right over Nash's head, and it's picked off. Rashad Floyd, a diving interception. He's brought down by T.J. Hill, and the Colorado Crush breathing a new sign of life as they get that possession. They were down back.
Yeah, looking for opportunities, come up with a big one on defense, looking for that stop, and they try to come up with a possession. They come up with it. That's a tremendous effort here for trying to grab this ball, pulls it down literally with one arm, and pulls it in, does a good job, and then tries to get the ball up the football field. I mean, that's one of the things that we have to continue to see here is him try to come up with defensively. Gant just dropping back in the pocket, still being pressured. The ball is tipped, but Floyd has the ability to really turn his body back the other way and come up with this big pick. This was huge for the Crush in this situation.
Yeah, Ron James has probably got to be beside himself at the turn of events. The misfortune of the Gladiators being up a possession, being up a point here at Pepsi Center against the defending champs. And now all of a sudden it seems to be falling apart. Dutton wide open is Andy McCullough. Oh, McCullough just out of his reach, and that would have been a sure 6 for Colorado.
Well, we talked about timing being off earlier today, and that's a perfect example of it. Wide open receiver running through the coverage. Clearly a bust by the defense of Las Vegas, but he's just running a post route, or rather corner route, down toward the corner of the end zone, and it's just overthrown just outside of the outstretched arms of McCullough.
So that'll bring up 2nd down for Colorado. And John Dutton had completed just one of his last 4 attempts. So he has been off in this game. And there he finds Damian Harrell. Harrell just out at the 1st down marker. And I believe they are going to mark it as a 1st down. And right now, let's get back down to the sidelines. Keith Blyer standing by with the Crush's latest hero. Keith?
Not one, but 2 big plays for Rashad Floyd in this game. That interception was acrobatic, my friend. How'd you pull it off?
Man, all by the glory of God, man. He's continued to put us out there in position, athletically, emotionally, spiritually, to go out there and make plays. And he's always told us if we continue to believe, good things are going to happen. And that's what the Colorado Crush is about. No matter if we're down, no matter if we're up, we're going to keep playing.
How do you catch a ball with your shoulder, though?
Man, I just told you, by the grace of God, man, that's only him. He put everything I need inside of me. But just concentration, focus. We need a big play, man, and that's what great teams do.
What do you have tucked under your right arm there, Rashad?
That's a reception ball, baby.
That's a ball you hang on to.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, it's not over yet. Back upstairs.
All right, thanks a lot, Keith. That was the Colorado Crush's 1st interception of the season, and came at a very, very opportune time for the Crush. We've got a penalty on the play here. I believe they're going to get the offense for some motion there.
I am all over the access that Mr. Blyer's giving us down there. We're getting the inside stories on everything.
You gotta like it. That plus some mics being worn by some of the players today. The access the Crush and the AFL have given us here at FSN has been unprecedented,
Offside,
and we've enjoyed every bit of it.
Number 95 of the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty. We'll repeat 1st down.
And
we also
check my
have
earlier call. That penalty
on a pick on the umpire on Colorado. First warning. Both teams have a warning. Next contact with the umpire will result in an unsportsmanlike penalty.
Well, there we get the official from the explanation from the official, and another umpire pick by Colorado on that play, so they have now been warned. The next time it will result in a penalty. Meanwhile, the penalty on the defense there on Lavelle Mann, as I mentioned, he's a rookie out of Colorado State, was just signed off the practice squad prior to this game, and oh, Colorado living dangerously there as the pass gets batted up in the air, but fortunately for the Crush, finds its way to the turf before somebody in Vegas can corral it.
Trying to catch Vegas, not on top of it, paying attention to their cues, trying to go with a quick screen right there, but it was unsuccessful.
So that'll bring up 2nd down here for Colorado, 2nd and 5 as we are in the waning seconds of the 3rd quarter of play. Play clock reading 12, game clock reading 14, so we will have one final play here in this 2nd quarter. Go. And Harrell on the right side will go in motion. Dutton instead looks left, finds Andy McCullough, a little spin move to get the 1st down. And actually, it looks like the official may mark him just inside of that 1st down marker, which would bring up 3rd and 1 for Colorado, but they'll have plenty of time to set it up and sort it out down there on the field, because that is the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Pretty good one here at Pepsi Center, folks. Andy McCullough and the Crush looking to come back from their biggest deficit of the 2006 campaign. We've got the 4th quarter coming your way after this timeout on FSN.
Woke up in the middle of the night, terrified. Someone tried to come in my house. Fortunately, we had an ADT security system.
Mrs. Parker, this is ADT. We're receiving an alarm. Are you all right?
Yes, we're okay. I'm glad ADT was there, watching out for my family.
Don't take chances. Take control of your family's safety with ADT, America's #1 security company. Call now and save up to $200 on ADT protection packages. ADT, always there.
How are they going to be able to look past this and focus on next Saturday's contest?
Official athletic retailer of the Arena Football League. Champ Sports, where sport lives.
You know, I gotta tell you, since I've been hurt and missing work, you've been a big help to this family. No, really. The cash we get from Aflac helps us maintain the house, put food on the table. And my Jenny continues with her piano lessons. Yep, this family's doing just fine. And it's all thanks to
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
This telecast is copyrighted by the Arena Football League for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the AFL's consent is strictly prohibited.
Welcome back to Pepsi Center, everybody. 1-point game as we start the fourth quarter of play. Dave Bentz, Howard Griffith along with you. Keith Blyer patrolling the sidelines. And that young fan in for a treat. I'm going to guess this might be her first ever AFL game, Howard.
I think it's probably a good guess. That's going to be probably a good guess there for you.
Yeah, Crush weren't home. Well, they were home 2 weeks ago. She's probably about 3 weeks old. So, I don't think they brought her right here, right from the hospital.
Not from the hospital?
Pepsi Center. No. Anyway, John Dutton looking to complete the comeback. Crush have scored 14 unanswered points. They would like to add to that total on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming for Colorado to start the final quarter of play. Harrell lined up along the left side, and he will go in motion, still looking for his first touchdown of the game. They go to Harrell, and the streak is alive. 52 straight games now with a touchdown for Damian Harrell, and Colorado has retaken the lead for the first time in the second half.
Well, when you talk about a receiver that's able to come up with big plays and make big plays, you talk about Damian Harrell. He has the ability to get that done. He's been shut out for most of this game as far as touchdowns are concerned, but he's a guy that's never going to give up, continue to work hard, doesn't just drops back, 3-step drop, throws it into coverage. But Harrell shows you how strong his hands are and able to pull that ball in for a touchdown.
And John Dutton's been off the mark a little bit today. Certainly on the mark on that play as he threaded the pass through 2 defenders. The extra point by Clay Rush is on the mark. And Colorado back on top now by 6, 48-42. And as we mentioned, 21 straight points now for Mike Daly's team.
Well, they're doing a good job, and when you talk about Dutton, he has so much confidence in what Harold can get done for him. He believes that if he throws it in the vicinity, Harold can come down with it. And that was a perfect example of that. When you're talking about being able to really work the entire side of the football field, that's what he has to do, coming in motion. He's got the defender in a tough position, a lot of field to try to cover, and he just could not get it done. The defender is there, but Harold reels that thing in with those strong hands. We'll take another look at it from this angle, and you'll really get to see how strong of hands that he has and able to just pluck that ball out of the air and pull it in.
Yeah, and I think we need to get Damian Harrell with Keith Blyer here pretty soon and see if he's happy to have that streak alive.
Exactly.
I think we might get a little bit different answer now.
Yeah, he'll probably be happy about it. I'm sure Keith asked him a good question. Tell us how he got that done.
Oh, the Colorado Crushers are back on top. That was the first time they'd headed to a fourth quarter this season trailing. They didn't trail for long, though, as they get the touchdown right away. And here they are to kick the ball off, and Herman Bell back once again to return the kickoff. Little different Bell's returned the last couple of kickoffs. Coco Blaylock started the game returning kicks for the Las Vegas Gladiators.
Yeah, he's doing a good job there, so we'll have to see how this transpires.
And that one off the net and bounces around. It's a live football. Colorado recovers. Willis Marshall grabs the football, and it's a touchdown, but there is a flag on the field. And let's see what the flag is. If it's on the Crush, the touchdown will be wiped away. Marshall trying to petition for the touchdown, but it appears it's going to be on Colorado.
Kick catch interference number 22 of the kicking team. The player was inside the 5-yard line prior to the ball hitting the ground. 5-yard penalty from the 5-yard line. First down.
So the penalty on Willis Marshall. Here's another look at it, Howard.
We'll continue to hustle down the football field, and that net always causes problems for returners trying to corral that thing in. You never know exactly where it is.
Crush faithful not liking this at all, as they are still booing the officials for the call. And it appeared Colorado was just about to take a commanding lead. Instead, the penalty negates the return, and it's first and 10 for Las Vegas. And look who's back under center. Craig Wheelahan is back in after taking the series off and quickly makes his presence felt as he hooks up with number 4, Joe Douglas, and that's the 4th reception of Douglas on the game. Tackle made by Ahmad Hawkins.
Well, we're going to continue to see, I think, quick drops out of Wheelahan. Injuring that ankle, didn't show any effects of it there. Was able to get the ball out quickly, and he's running well. So we'll have to take a look and see how this progresses into this 4th quarter. So
Damian Harrell makes his presence felt here in the second half. Marcus Nash, we haven't called his name much here in the second half of play. We'll see whether or not he can be a factor in this contest as we head on down the stretch. Douglas, the man in motion, though, on this play for Las Vegas. And Wheelahan instead goes underneath to Marcus Nash, and there's Marcus. Big gain on that play, and that's going to be out down about the 16-yard line. It'll set up first and 10 for Vegas. And Rashad Floyd and Ahmad Hawkins both in on the tackle.
Trying to work the middle of the football field. Nash is doing a good job of doing that. And it's a guy that's really coming home, coming back to the team that in Colorado, the Broncos drafted in the first round several years ago, and really has found his way in the AFL. Has been good for him, and it's been good for the league. He's done a great job in this league.
Yeah, Ron James prior to the game told me, he really thought Marcus should have been the offensive player of the year. And again, last year, it didn't help that they was not a winning team. There's the little quick timing pattern out to Douglas again. Douglas has been a force in this game, and that's going to be another first down for Las Vegas as Marshall makes the tackle.
Just coming up with play after play. Just once again, taking exactly what the defense is giving you. They're not always going to give you a big play over the top, but they'll give you some of the underneath stuff. And now in a situation where now from a defensive standpoint, the field obviously isn't as big as it was when it's further out. So now they'll be able to mix some different things up from a defensive standpoint and try to confuse Wheelahan.
Ball spotted at the 4 for Vegas. Vegas not afraid to run the football if the situation dictates. They send Nash in motion, and here's Wheelahan looking for Douglas again, and Douglas has another touchdown reception. He's matched the jersey number he's sporting, as that is touchdown number 4.
Yeah, coming out of the backfield, just like a little quick pass, a little wide route, trying to get the ball into his hands as quickly as possible. They were able to come up with it.
There's another
really
look
short
at
drop. It's another way of getting the football to your receivers on different aspects and different parts of the football field.
Joe Douglas having himself quite a contest coming off of IR, and I'll tell you what, Marcus Nash is the guy that got all the pub coming in, but by the end of this game, Joe Douglas might be the new person that's collecting the headlines in Las Vegas. The extra point is good by Eric Houle, and Las Vegas reclaims the lead 49-48 on the 4th touchdown reception of the afternoon by Mr. Joe Douglas.
This year, the Arena Football League is celebrating its 20th season. And to our great fans everywhere, we've just got one thing to say. Thank you. 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 Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Be inspired, entertained, and informed. All with the touch of a button at Spotlight On Demand. Hear firsthand what makes a great leader. Watch music videos from the latest emerging artists. Buy the ring that will change your life. Preview the top movies before you get to the theater. Products you can use, people who inspire, resources for your life. From the on-demand menu, select Spotlight.
Born premature, Julie weighed 24 ounces. Her fragile life almost over before it began. Today, she's home and healthy.
Julie is one of millions of children with hope because of Children's Miracle Network. We are the alliance of premier children's hospitals dedicated to serving all children. Your support can make miracles happen.
Crush fans, does winter have you down? Well, we'll get ready to warm you up on FSN Rocky Mountain as we take you to Mexico for a behind-the-scenes look at the making of the 2006 Crush Cheerleader Calendar. That's Friday at 9, only on FSN Rocky Mountain. Howard's already set his DVR. And there's a look at the intermission activities. Cheerleader in a bubble.
Hamster racing or something that they call that. It's entertainment, baby. It's entertainment.
They've got it all here at Pepsi Center, including a pretty darn good football game. Las Vegas back on top by 1, 49-48, the difference in the game. At this point has been the missed extra point by Clay Rush. Colorado, no doubt, as this fourth quarter continues, will try to erase that, probably with a 2-point conversion somewhere along the way. Here's the kickoff by Vegas. Willis Marshall is back to receive it. And off the net, Marshall is able to corral it. He's got some room to run on the right side. He gets past the first wave. Kicker to beat, tries to leap over Eric Houle. And Houle is able to create contact with the wall. So Marshall will be knocked out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. And Colorado will take over from there. So far, the star of this game, forget about Marcus Nash, Howard, forget about Damian Harrell. Joe Douglas has been the story of this game.
Yeah, coming off IR, is coming into this game and really having a coming out party. He's just getting down the field and coming up with play after play. He's doing a tremendous job in the passing game, and one of the main reasons that the score is the way it is right now.
Still a lot of football to be played, though, and Dutton airing it out for McCullough, who was the man in motion. McCullough can't get there in time as his progress was impeded by Damian Porter, and Colorado will be facing second down. You know, that's the thing about Colorado, though. Damian Harrell, just one touchdown in the game, and Colorado's still right in it. They really have a great core of receivers. Prior to this game, Las Vegas really basically had Marcus Nash and not a lot else. Joe Douglas comes off IR, and all of a sudden they've got a whole new dimension to their offense.
Absolutely adds a tremendous dimension to their offense, enable them to move the ball down the football field.
There's Dutton finding Harrell. Oh, you don't see that very often. Damian Harrell gets the football right on his fingertips and can't corral it in, and I don't think I've seen that all season.
You haven't, because when you talk about a guy being able to pull the ball down, pulling it down, has great hands, just is unable to pull that one in. And that's one of the keys that you have to have if you're going to play wide receiver in this league. You have to have size. You have to have the ability to pull the ball down. Not necessarily the speed, the breakaway speed, but you have to be able to catch the ball and catch it with your hands.
All right, 3rd and 10 for Colorado. They send Marshall in motion, and Dutton looks for Marshall right in the middle of the field, and that's a big play on 3rd down for the Crush. And that's going to bring a first down, move the chains, says Willis Marshall.
You know, he throws that right into triple coverage, but right there, the middle of the field is still open. And Willis comes up with a big catch right there. He just does it all. You know, whether it's in special teams, no matter what he needs to get done here, he's continuing to work hard for his team. Dutton just dropping back in the pocket, great protection, feels the ball, he's got 3 defenders around him, make sure he has the catch, falls down. The Crusher in pretty good shape right now.
It's a 21-yard pickup for Colorado and brings up first down and goal to go from the 10-yard line. Harrell in motion, Dutton to Harrell, touchdown again. He was quiet for 3 quarters, but he'll be quiet no more. Damian Harrell, his 2nd touchdown of the 4th quarter.
I guess we can say he's back. They're coming up, the timing is there. He was just running a simple post corner there. He was able to get wide open. And that's one of the things that's been tough. They were able to hold him and really cover him the entire game. And now they're coming up with big play after big play. Dutton dropping back in the pocket, just firing it out there to his #1 guy.
This is starting to look familiar to us here, Howard. The first game of the season, Colorado opened up against Chicago. You and I sat up in the press box and watched, and Damian Harrell, that game had 0 touchdowns at halftime. He wound up with 4 in the contest and heated up late. He's doing the same thing again here today. Colorado Crush back on top, 55-49, thanks to this touchdown strike from Dutton to Harrell.
It's a condition that affects millions each year.
Honey?
It's called post-Super Bowl stress disorder, or PIST. Symptoms may include depression, excitability, and an inability to deal with life without football.
What?
But there is a cure.
For 20 seasons, the Arena Football League has brought football fans back to life. So don't let this happen to you. The Arena Football League Season 20, now playing at an Arena television or computer near you.
Arena football, demonstrated by Kurt Warner and John Elway. Arena quarterbacks pass almost every play. Score so high you'll need oxygen. Running for the sidelines? What sidelines? Offense also plays defense. Oh, one more thing. The field, only 50 yards long.
The Arena Football League, Season 20. Now playing at an arena, television, or computer near you.
Here in Vegas, the action's heating up at the Arena Football Celebrity Table.
Let's go, Coach. Hey, pipe down, poker brat. I bet 100. Make it 300.
He cannot do that.
Illegal procedure, Ditka.
What'd I do?
Personal foul, Ditka.
What are you talking about?
You're out of here.
You're not.
This June, the AFL's championship game, Arena Bowl 20, is playing Vegas. Don't miss the party. For tickets, call 1-866-AFL-TICKS.
Go! Wait! I'll give you security!
Who says Colorado Crush fans aren't astute? Although that sign's a little late, but the streak is alive for Damian Harrell.
He's alive and well. He's doing a good job really getting caught up and getting into the momentum and getting into the flow of this game in the second half, which is a good thing for him.
And Damian Harrell right now winning the battle with Marcus Nash on all fronts. More catches, more yards, and most importantly, more touchdowns as he's helped the Colorado Crush retake the lead here in the fourth quarter of play, 55-49. Clay Rush set to kick it off. Herman Bell to receive the kickoff for Las Vegas. Bell fields it cleanly that time as he gets a nice bounce off the net. And he's out past midfield. One man to beat, can't escape. Torrey Carter as he comes up with the ankle tackle on Herman Bell.
Thank goodness for Carter was there because that thing was going back for a touchdown. He was just able to get his hands wrapped around his legs and he wasn't able to pull away. But special teams is so critical in this game. Field position, where you get the ball lined up, extra points, is what we talked about. It's a theme that's very important in this game, and that's special teams play.
Well, Las Vegas will go to work, taking over in Crush territory at the 24-yard line. And Wheelahan under center. And Nash in motion. Wheelahan goes off to the left side, and there he finds Coco Blaylock, and Blaylock picks up the first down before being knocked into the boards by Delvin Hughley.
Continuing to just move the ball down methodically down the football field, taking what the defense gives you. Just another opportunity. Wheelahan just stepped back, trying to find that open receiver, and he finds Coco Blaylock.
There's Ron James trying to figure out how his team can win this contest. It's going to come down to the final minute. You know, 6 times in the Mike Daly era, which has been most of the Crush history, Colorado has won a game in the final minute, including both of their games this year. We'll see if it comes down to the final minute again here today. We've got a penalty flag thrown on the play as the Carriers, Marlon Jackson, brought down in the backfield. And I believe it's going to be a holding call. No, check that. It's going to be a chop block called on the offensive line of Las Vegas.
Well, Vegas trying to get the ball down the football field. We've seen them have some success early with the little pitch out to the right, but they're unable to do it. You get a chop block inside an interior lineman. Guys down. It's tough playing down there inside.
Number 91 of the offense. That's a 10-yard penalty. Repeat. First down.
So that'll back Las Vegas up. 10 yards on the penalty. 1st and 20 as they'll move it all the way back to the Vegas 23-yard line. Check that. Crush 23-yard line is where the ball is spotted. That was off by 4 yards. Fred Wheelahan trying to engineer the comeback after injuring his ankle. Hasn't looked like he's showing a lot of wear from that injury.
He's still able to drop back.
And Wheelahan picked off again. Rashad Floyd, his second pick of the game. He's at the 15. He's got room to run. Out past midfield, and Floyd finally brought down, and we've got some penalty markers as Floyd is brought down at the 23-yard line. We'll see what the penalty is, but it's a 22-yard return by Rashad Floyd. And Craig Wheelahan, his first pick of the game. The other pick was thrown by Gant, and suddenly the Crush defense is showing up.
Floyd doing a good job on defense.
During the return, holding number 43 of the return team. That's a 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
So Anthony Dunn, the guilty party for Colorado, as he comes up with the hold. And Wheelahan just a great play by Floyd as Whelan was looking for Marcus Nash in the end zone.
But you talk about Floyd running the route for Nash. He was right there, so obviously he's taking that film study. He's been studying this film, understanding the different route combinations that Las Vegas was going to try to run, and he was in the right place at the right time, coming up with a big play for the Crush.
5th interception of the year thrown by Craig Wheelahan. And John Dutton and the Crush will take over with the football and the lead for the first time in seemingly forever. Deep pass for Andy McCullough, and McCullough can't reel it in, just out of the reach of his outstretched arms.
McCullough trying to make a big play there, going up and trying to leap and catch the ball before he gets in contact with the corner that was sitting back there playing deep coverage. But if he probably had just run through that, he probably would have come down with it and been ready for the contact as well.
You know, one thing we haven't seen today, we haven't seen a lot of pressure on John Dutton. Of course, you don't normally see a lot of pressure on John Dutton. But this defensive line of Las Vegas with Spellman and Bazile and McCory out there really designed to pressure the quarterback, and Colorado's done a great job of defeating that strategy today.
Well, Colorado felt good coming into this game if they could protect Dutton. And you talk about now having the second quarterback now on the roster, because in the first couple of weeks they didn't. And he was the guy, but he has not seen pressure. As we look at game film, he's not had a lot of pressure on him. So he's been able to really sit back in the pocket, find the open receiver that he needed to.
There's a look at the backup, Todd Hamill, an AFL veteran of many years. And Mike Daly said the strategy really wasn't to go the whole season without a backup quarterback. They just wanted to have a guy that made sense, that they felt they could win with. And there's a nice reception there made by Willis Marshall, tackled by Damian Porter. And Colorado picks up the first down. But getting back to the quarterback situation, Daly, he said, you know, when they were in camp, they didn't really feel they had a guy that they could win with if they needed to win with him. And they felt they were better off just having depth in another area and waiting for something to develop, and finally Hamill came free.
Well, so many times the salary cap becomes a factor, and it definitely was a factor early in the season for the Crush, and they were trying to maneuver the cap so they could get a guy that they really liked, that they felt could win games for them at the right price, and they were able to do that.
1st and 10 for the Crush. They send Harrell in motion, and they air it out for intended receiver is Willis Marshall, and TJ Hill, nice job on the coverage, knocking the ball away. The other thing is, too, that Mike Daly pointed out so poignantly to us, Howard, a lot of guys like a Todd Hamill will think, well, I'm not going to go to Colorado for a minimum salary. Somebody will give me more money. But then you get a couple weeks into the season and you say, I'm not getting a paycheck.
Yeah. You know, those jobs are far and few between. If you have an opportunity to play, you need to find a way to get into camp and get in and get with your team so you can understand the offense and go somewhere where you can actually help someone out.
2nd and 10 for Colorado. And Dutton will air it out for Andy McCullough. McCullough nearly reels it in, and nice job by Nick Davis, the defensive specialist for the Gladiators, and knocking that pass away. And Colorado now going to be facing 3rd down.
Colorado is just looking at different opportunities of where they can get the ball in. McCullough is dropping back, or rather Dutton is dropping back, puts it up for McCullough. Tries to bring it in with one hand. It's always tough because you have to decelerate when you get to the back of that end zone because of that wall. It doesn't move too much, and you don't want to have an injury with that at all, but he was unable to come down with the pass.
Just under 3 minutes to go here at Pepsi Center. Colorado clinging to a 6-point lead, looking to add to it. Dutton out into the flats and has his man along the baseline. That reception made by Willis Marshall, knocked out of bounds. And the Crush now are going to be facing a 4th down and 6 from about the 12-yard line.
Well, once again, they have to figure out how to come up with a big play. But unlike other sports and other leagues, 4th down is a critical down as well, but you also have your offense out. You're not trying to kick a field goal necessarily in those situations, but the Crush may try to go for one here.
The Crush are indeed going to go for a field goal. In fact, this will be the first field goal attempt of the season for Clay Rush, who's yet to try one. He's missed one extra point on the day. And this attempt upcoming from 30 yards away. Crush's kick is up, and Rush splits the upright for the Crush. At 3 points, pumps the Crush lead up to 9. 58-49 here at Pepsi Center. Vegas will try to answer on the flip side of this timeout. You're watching Colorado Crush football on FSN, your home for the Crush all season long.
Welcome back to Las Vegas and the Arena Football Celebrity Table. Coach Ditka has the hand to beat. Let's see how poker champ Phil Hellmuth plays it.
I'm all in.
Bluffing, Coach?
Pocket Kings, go Kings!
I fold. Thanks, ladies.
Don't you girls have a game to go to?
Well, Coach, this June, the AFL's championship game, Arena Bowl 20, is playing Vegas. Don't miss the party. For tickets, call 1-866-AFL-TICKS.
What keeps you coming out here?
Well, I still love the freedom. I can do what I want, whenever I please. Everything I need I got right here.
Yep.
Plus, at my age, I don't need some cruise director telling me what time the Tai Chi lessons start.
Sure don't.
Fun Jet Vacations all-inclusive packages give you more, all at one great price.
Let's go check out that seafood restaurant.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Pepsi Center. Remember to stay tuned after today's game for FSN Live post-game coverage. We'll bring you highlights, interviews, and in-depth analysis from our experts on today's Crush game. That's right after the game here on FSN. Rocky Mountain, John Dutton and his team up by 9. And Coco Blaylock is back to return the kick here for the Las Vegas Gladiators, who are down by 2 possessions. The best they can do is get it to 8 on this single possession. So play, rush, and go. You would expect this to be a pretty straightaway kickoff here, Howard.
But Vegas has their hands team in the game right now, and they're in formation for that.
But indeed,
it does get kicked deep.
Yes, it does. It's off the post. It's a live ball. And great play there by Las Vegas. And I believe they're going to give him forward progress. No safety on that play as Colorado got down there quickly. And credit Marcus Nash for getting down there and getting the football as it came off the crossbar.
There's that crossbar. The net is always a big play. You never know how that thing is going to come off there. And if you're aggressive, especially on your kick team, you're trying to get down and try to come up with a big play, you're able to do it. When it hits off that net, you have absolutely no idea where it's going to go. It's always a tough assignment to try to return the ball off the net.
So the ball at the 5-yard line. It's spotted for Las Vegas, down by 9, and needing to make something happen is Craig Wheelahan. Wheels chased out in the end zone, and he's taken down. They say the football is loose, and it's a touchdown for Colorado. What a play as Dustin Barno falls on the football. Hugh Hunter was the first to get there to create the contact, and the Crush have just taken a commanding lead in this contest.
Well, we've talked about the pressure that they've been able to put on Wheelahan, especially from up front. They've been able to really create some problems for him there, and they haven't been able to quite pick these some of these defensive linemen up, and they have to figure that out. And it's a good job of really coming around the end and just making a play.
Hugh Hunter just really came like a locomotive, and Dustin Barno there to pick up the change. And Colorado really hadn't gotten much pressure on Wheelahan the entire game. They picked up a heck of a time to bring it.
Exactly. In the second half, they've really been able to get after the quarterback here. Early, they forced him into making some quick throws, but they never had a chance. He comes around the corner and just really makes a play. So really, once again, another phase of the game, stepping up and making plays.
Timeout taken on the field by Las Vegas as they decide to talk things over. Just 1 minute and 16 seconds to go. And suddenly the Crush have to feel pretty good about where they're at in this contest. Only 14 points allowed by the Crush defense in the second half. The Crush offense, meantime, has put 38 on the board. And Howard, the Crush defense has been the Achilles heel of this team, but not so here today, not with Rashad Floyd coming up with 2 interceptions in the contest.
Especially in critical points in the game, they've come up with big plays, and this is another example of one right there when they were able to come up with the touchdown there after giving up a turnover on special teams.
So Clay Rush will kick it away for the extra point. And Rush is good, and Colorado on top 65-49. And really, what more can you say about this Colorado defense? Ron James saying, hey, where was this defense against Georgia and Chicago? I didn't see this defense that was creating turnovers like this. 3 turnovers now created all in the second half by Colorado.
Really attributes the type of team that Coach Daly's coaching right now. He's got guys that are really going out and giving him all the effort possible out there and really trying to win in all phases of the game. And they're demonstrating that today, coming up with big plays in special teams, coming up with big plays in defense, and obviously offensively they've been able to put up some points there. So this is a total team effort today, and we'll have to continue to see how that progresses with the rest of the game.
Defensive coordinator for the Crush, Ernesto Pernsley, will probably say he called a great game.
Yeah, I would have to say so. He's done a good job. His team, his players have really gotten after it today, especially Floyd. He's really come up with some big plays today for him at critical times.
So here come the Crush, kicking it away, up by 16. And back to receive the kick for Las Vegas is Coco Blaylock once again. And Blaylock will watch the ball sail off the nets. He collects it out to the 5, makes a little move. He's got some room to run out at the 20, gets around the defense, puts it back inside, now back outside, and finally taken down at the 20, make it the 19-yard line. A nice return there by Coco Blaylock.
Coming up with another big play in special teams, so we have to continue to see if they can put something together offensively.
Well, that takes us under 1 minute, so we've got the 1 minute warning on the field. We'll see if the Crush can hang on in the final 58 seconds.
Here in Vegas, the action is heating up at the poker tables.
Come on, guys. Which game are we playing here? The Arena Bowl's down the street.
This June, the AFL's championship game, Arena Bowl 20, is playing Vegas. Don't miss the party. For tickets, call 1-866-AFL-TICKS.
I cannot believe I'm losing to a bunch of mascots.
A dual-action tailgate and an industry-first lockable in-bed trunk. The Ridgeline from Honda.
Hey, that looked like my fish.
Sweetheart Brownie Blast. Sonic's got it, others don't. Treat your sweetheart to the sweet taste of chocolate brownies and cherries blended into a creamy frozen treat. Sonic's new Sweetheart Brownie Blast. And now swipe a credit or My Sonic card from your car. Only at Sonic.
Warm up your winter with the Crush Girls in Paradise. Enjoy the sun, the sand, and all the fun as FSN gives you a behind-the-scenes look into the making of the 2006 Crush Girls calendar, Friday at 9.
Welcome back to Pepsi Center. Hey, this month the fastest sport on earth returns to Fox for another season of incredible action as the world's best drivers go door to door in a quest to take home the checkered flag. NASCAR returns February 26th with the Auto Club 500 presented by Q Motor Oil in Fox HD. The Colorado Crush in high D right now, as they are in a high gear, I should say. 38 points in the second half. That's a new high for the season. They had scored 37 points and a half prior to this one. And so far looking pretty good with 58 seconds to go. There's Nash in motion for Vegas. Wheelahan. Little contact there, no flag, as Joe Douglas was the intended receiver. And a little bit of contact, Howard, and Douglas talking to the official saying, hey, where's the flag on that play?
Well, he obviously didn't feel it was any contact since he didn't throw it, so you just got to get back to the huddle and try to come up with a play.
So 54 seconds to go. Final minute, the clock does stop on incompletions and out-of-bounds plays. So this game far from over. Wheelahan back to throw, scrambles, hits Douglas in the shoulder pads, and nice coverage by Ahmad Hawkins as he ensures that Douglas can't come up with the reception, and that's going to bring about third down now.
Crush doing a great job down the field, covering up the receivers, forcing Wheelahan to kind of try to step up in the pocket and try to come up with the play. Threw that one a little tough grab when you got those shoulder pads in the way. So you got to try to figure out a way to come up with that ball. But this, as far as what the Crush are getting done defensively, they're really getting a lot of pressure on them and forcing them into some tough situations. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle the pressure here.
You know, Wheelahan hasn't shown any visible signs of being bothered by that ankle injury, but really you have to wonder how much it is bothering him. Came out through a pick. That pass off the money, and now we're going to have fourth down. The ankle injury obviously had a direct impact when Gadd came in and threw the interception. Then Wheelahan comes back in on his first series, throws an interception, and hasn't really looked quite as sharp. So you got to think maybe it's bothering him just a little bit.
Well, it's got to be bothering him. And the other thing that's bothering him is that defense. They're getting a lot of pressure on him, forcing him to move around in the pocket. So his timing is probably thrown off as well.
Ron James and the Vegas Gladiators could be down to their final down here, folks. 4th and 10 as Colorado looking for a huge stop. Nash in motion. Wheelahan gets pulled down from behind, still gets the pass off. It's in the end zone for a touchdown, but we've got a flag on the play, and we'll have to see what the penalty is. The line judge in the end zone did signal a touchdown. Let's check out the call.
Number 56, offense. That's a 10-yard penalty. Repeat. Third down.
Ron James beside himself as Tupe Pico gets called for the penalty, Howard.
Pressure up the middle. You step up. You know, you're trying to keep your defenders off your quarterback. You've already seen him go down once today, but still just continue to give that effort. You just cannot hold on to try to impede the defender's progress toward the quarterback to come up with the play, but he gets it away, but it goes for naught because of the holding penalty.
The good news, if you're Las Vegas, is you still have one more chance here. It backs you up, but you still get to replay the down. So 4th and 20 now for the Gladiators. Wheelahan dropping back, being chased again. This time gets the pass away, and we've got a completion and another touchdown, but we've got another flag on the play as Herman Bell gets the touchdown. Wheelahan got knocked down on that play as well. And again, let's see what the call is from the official.
Pass interference, number 4 of the defense. That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
So Rashad Floyd, the guilty party, and the penalty declined by Las Vegas. And Mike Daly, as you can see,
he's not happy.
No, not happy at all.
He's not happy. It's just a stop and go route. He probably tried to pull his shoulders down, try to stop him from getting there, but he comes up with a great grab getting into the end zone.
See if we can see it from this angle.
Well, right there, he's trying to impede his ability to get open. Tries to undercut the route, but he sticks with it.
So the touchdown makes it a 10-point game. Las Vegas will have to go for 2, and we're going to have a timeout here taken by the officials. And not sure what this is all about, but they're having a little talk. You know, Mike Daly and Ron James back in 1991 were assistants on the same staff in Albany with the Albany Firebirds. And Ron James says, you know, he still stays in contact with Mike Daly. They're pretty good friends. They talk in the offseason. But right now, put the friendship.
25 seconds. They should not have started the play clock until I blew the whistle. Reset.
That's why the official timeout was the play clock had gotten started. I was going to say, put the friendship aside. There's no question Mike Daly wants to send Ron James out of here. He doesn't care if he leaves angry. He just wants him to leave.
just leave. You know, for Mike Daly, he's done a tremendous job. Got his team off to a good start. Starting off with 2 wins, and this is an opportunity for them to go up with 3 wins, wins in this particular season, which is something that they haven't been able to do, opening up a season with 3 victories. So there are a lot of things that obviously the Crush want to get done in this situation.
Well, we talked about it on the pregame show. You heard John Dutton talk about it on the pregame show. I should say, John Dutton saying the goal for this team is perfection. They'd like to go 19-0. Wheelahan on the 2-point try, gets it away, ball batted around and knocked down, and that's it. Incomplete, and Wheelahan goes down again. And there's a flag on the play, Howard, and late flag at that. Not sure what the flag is, but Wheelahan, he's walking pretty gingerly on that ankle right now.
Yeah, he's had a tough day. It's been a tough day. They've really been getting after him, the Crush defense. So
point after is no good. After the play, we have an unsportsmanlike penalty, a number 4 of the defense for removing his helmet. That 10-yard penalty will be administered after the kickoff.
So there you heard the explanation. And here's another look at that 2-point try, and good defense by the Crush as they get pressure again.
And Floyd's excited. I mean, he's played an outstanding game, really made some big plays at critical points of the game, but he's celebrating running down the football field with his helmet off. They don't want to see that.
You know, this is not the no-fun league, but there are some limitations.
We
here
do
in
have
the
some
AFL.
rules here now. We do have some rules. We want to, like our players that run up and down the field with their helmets on.
Yeah. The celebrations are fine in this league. Taunting the opposition, not fine. So 10 yards will be assessed after the kickoff. My question is, if Colorado runs it back for a touchdown, what happens? The penalty just goes away?
Guess it didn't really matter.
Mike Daly getting an explanation from the officials. So you would expect to see an onside kickoff coming here for Las Vegas. Down 10, they still need 2 scores. Stranger things have certainly happened.
Definitely the Crush have their hands team in position. They're ready and they're expecting it as well.
Poole lines up for the onside kick. The rookie out of Saginaw Valley State lofts it high, and it comes down right into the hands of Andy McCullough. And Colorado will take over with 30 seconds to go in the contest and basically hope to run out the clock on this play.
Well, they're going to definitely try to do that and try to get this game over with. They got 30 seconds that they need to run off the clock, so we'll see what they're able to come up with.
And now they do mark off the 10 yards on the penalty, so that'll put the Crush back at their own 24-yard line. Las Vegas with 2 timeouts still remaining in this contest, so a good bet that they're going to use both of those on this drive. And John Dutton will line up under center. Go! And Dutton, no surprise there to see him hand it off to John Peua. Peua.
There you go, Benzo.
Wait a minute. Peua, there it is. Peua. I'm going to get that right. John, hopefully, is not going to see me following the game because I butchered his name about 6 times. The big guy out of Nevada. He was actually a college teammate of John Dutton at Nevada. So those two are quite familiar with each other.
Really, when we talked with him a couple weeks ago, he really talked about the leadership that Dutton is now showing, especially here with the Crush. He said he wasn't that vocal of a leader in Nevada, but he definitely is now.
There's a look at Alonzo Spellman, not exactly fired up about the way this game has gone. And Peua again with a carry, and he is dropped back for a loss on that play. And they're going to say he had forward progress up to the 24-yard line. Hey, quick reminder, for more on today's Crush game, be sure to check out tomorrow morning's Rocky Mountain News. They'll have a full recap and take you into the locker room for insight from all the players. In fact, for immediate post-game reaction, stick around right here on FSN. Our FSN Live post-game show follows immediately following 000 here at Pepsi Center. So Peua probably with another carry upcoming on 3rd and 8. And 21 seconds to go, and Las Vegas still with 1 timeout. Check that. Dutton's going to go to the air. Throws it to Harrell. And Harrell gets the first down at the 5-yard line, knocked into the boards. And with 15 seconds to go, Colorado just sealed themselves their 3rd victory of the season and their first 3-0 start in franchise history, I believe, Howard.
With it being 3rd down, obviously needing to pick up that first down, don't want to get the ball back to Las Vegas at this point, but Dutton just drops back, finds Harrell wide open, and this guy is usually wide open on every play. It's just a matter of connecting, whether they can connect with him. They struggled with it early in the game, but they definitely have turned that around in the second half.
Crush don't need the touchdown, so a good chance that Peua will get another carry here. He's already got a touchdown in the game. Forget what I said. John Dutton's just going to run backwards and try to run out some time and then throw it away. And that's a play that Mike Daly told us is definitely in the playbook. John, when you got room, just sprint backwards, wait till the defense gets to you and throw it out of bounds.
Exactly, just get it out of bounds.
So 9 seconds to go. Dutton on the day, 27 of 45, 307 yards, 6 touchdowns in the contest as well. Touchdown toss to Ahmad Hawkins. 3 touchdown passes to, 2 touchdown passes to Willis Marshall, and then 2 touchdown passes to Damian Harrell.
Willis Marshall has done an outstanding job this entire game in all facets of the game, really showing why he is a team player.
Here's Dutton again, same play, just running backwards, waiting for the clock to run, tosses it up, 3, 2, 1, and that is going to do it. Triple zeros here at the Pepsi Center, and Damian Harrell and the Colorado Crush for the first time in franchise history are 3-0 to start a season and feeling pretty good about the football they're playing.
Well, you got to be feeling good. You start 3-0. You have some tough opponents. The 3 wins that you have were over very good players, very good opponents, and really to come out and get your season started this way is something that the Crush really were looking for. And you know what? John Elway's got to be pretty happy over in Hawaii. His team got the victory, as you mentioned earlier. He missed his first game. This was his first game missing it, but they still came up with the victory.
I'm sure he's watching it on FSN, on DirecTV, however. Hey, welcome to the FSN Live postgame report, brought to you by your Colorado Chevy dealers. To the rest of the Crush fans out there who just watched Colorado complete a 10-point victory over the Las